Hey, oh, we live. We in this bitch. What's that? Thank y'all for joining your boy. I'm a little bit behind schedule, but today's been kind of off in the wind. I wasn't even sure. I wasn't even sure if I was in the stream today, but I was like, you know what? I got time. I got a little bit of time. I initially planned to play Doom Eternal, and then they said, hey, motherfucker, you're getting it for free. You can wait your turn. I got out of my job orientation like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna go home and play Doom. He said, nah, that shit don't come out till 8 o'clock tonight. And my ass got to be up at 6 in the morning and go to work. And it's like, man, come on, bro. So unfortunately, my initial surprise Doom playthrough was it's effectively canceled for right now. I'll probably play it sometime this weekend, and that way I can actually pour my actual time into it. I don't want to rush. I mean, there's already like 10 gazillion people playing it already. I'm pretty sure someone's already beaten the damn game anyway. So I might as well take my time, play at my pace, and enjoy myself. Also, I failed to realize that I'm in the wrong. There we go. I'm in my wrong setup. There we are. But yeah, thank you all for joining. I am yeah, kind of sad I can't play Doom. In the meantime, I figured, you know what? I might as well watch some Dark Side Field videos, cause your boy has been he's been going off a little bit, yo. He's been nigga that went viral for his Doom Eternal playthrough, which he brung upon himself. I'm gonna watch the clip here. This shit's up to like 2 million fucking views on Twitter. The guy keeps blowing up for like the wrong reason. I wouldn't even say the wrong reasons, but his reaction to it just isn't. It's not how you want to react to that. And I'll get my thoughts on that. Okay, I'm just making sure my microphone's not picking up my girlfriend because she's on the phone. I'll get my thoughts on that. Hang on, let me share this real quick. I'm making fun of Phil going viral, but all right, share that real quick. Probably should share with people that I'm live. Duh. But no, yeah, he's gone viral for another episode of This Is How You Don't Play. Yeah, I got Ada Wong in the whip with me. See, even Phil couldn't even pull this off when he played Truck Simulator, man. Even in Euro Truck Simulator, American Truck Simulator. Listen, man, we got him beat tenfold, tenfold. But yeah, he's gone viral for that bad clip of him playing Doom, and it's a whole of his own digging. I feel like painting yourself as this marquee gamer, that you're good, that you're top tier, that you can't be bad at video games. It doesn't give you much room for error. When you beat on your chest as a gamer, is like beating on your chest as a, you know what, I can talk and drive. It's like beating on your chest as an athlete. You're saying you're the best, you're good, you're da 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 da. Okay, we're expecting you to perform. You look at LeBron James. If he goes out there and says, "Man, I'm the best basketball player, in the league," and I put up 14 points, my dude, like, yeah, people gonna have something to say. Like, nah, you can't be talking like that because you really not him, bro. And so when you beat on your chest saying that you're this top tier gamer and you're playing like hot dog shit, people are going to man, they're gonna feel some type of way. And gamers are just as ruthless as goddamn as sports fans, if not worse. You know. But yeah, you know what? Let's watch the clip. This is what happens when you say you're better than what you actually are. Let me make sure I actually got audio too.
Hello, Mr. Piggy. Ziggy Piggy. Save the pig, the game. The whole game you're trying to save the pig's life.
All right, cool. I just wanted to make sure I had audio for that.
Well, someone is completely stupidly deaf. Someone tipped a buck and says the only problem you have with season 2 of The Last of Us is the homophobic and trans story arcs. You sure you don't have a problem? I literally just said those are the things I don't have a problem with. I don't care that Ellie is gay. I don't care that there's a trans character at all. What I care about is that Ellie completely changed from the character she was in season 1 to season 2, and she's a completely different,
All right, let's take this
style
job.
of personality and behavior. It doesn't fit the character from season
Girls,
1.
buckle up.
which
We're gonna
means
listen
they
to some
hit a reboot
bullshit.
button to push said agendas. Do you get it? And I don't like the pacing. It's in medias res, meaning the story starts in the middle, then goes back, then goes forward. It's too confusing. I don't like that there's two protagonists, and you start with one, then you jump to the other, then you jump to the other. That's too confusing. Everything about it is wrong. From any kind of a writing
God
perspective,
forbid keeping up with the story.
it's confusing, it's jarbled, it's not entertaining,
Hang on.
it's not rewarding, and the ending sucks ass too. Like everything, every step of the way, it's garbage. But everyone praised it because Ellie was gay, and there's a trans character, and Abby was the masculine woman. That was the other thing too. Oh, Ellie's kind of butch, and that's acceptable in today's society too. If you don't like that, oh, you're a bigot.
Nigga, I don't know how to drive in Europe.
Someone just threw me $1 asking me what kind of man I'd be interested in dating. Oh. Well,
Yeah, we need to know, Bill.
99% of the time I would say no one because I'm a straight heterosexual male who's also married.
I can't drive.
But John Stamp.
Obviously, guys, if we get some more support, that'd be greatly appreciated. We're 2 goals
God,
away from
the
DSP'S
the begging has reached a fever pitch. Like, we're talking before the Kino arc fever pitch. Like, it's gotten bad, bro. Like, Phil's such a bad example as streamers. Like, if you're coming into the streaming world and you stumble upon Phil, this is literally how you don't stream. Like, don't beg your audience for money, for support, anything like that, bro. It is so weird and it's so off-putting. Just even as a viewer, you're just like, dude, what the fuck? But let it oh shit! You ain't see that.
$300 on this stream is like a big ask, and it's not gonna happen.
Hey, you didn't see that.
I wanted to do it tomorrow.
Hey,
so
don't say
let's
nothing.
hit the goal today. It's a nice stream, so we can do it tomorrow during the day stream, okay? But
don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that.
Utterly busted, and I can't
You know how I get when I listen to Phil. It makes me
I don't
mad.
even know what to do on the late stream in that case. That's gonna suck ass, and that's not my fault.
I love these models. They're so much more
I played the
lively.
game early with you guys, and it seems like there's nothing I can really do. It's all messed up, right?
Is this the right exit?
It just says play
This is not
install,
the right exit.
and it says that the Dark Ages campaign DLC installed, Divinity Skin Pack installed, Doomslayer skin installed, and Doom the Dark Ages, there's a play button, and when you click the play button, it just says not available yet. It unlocks at 5 p.m.
Yeah, because you had to wait. If it's on Game Pass, dude, you're gonna have to fucking wait. Also, give me 1 second. I'm gonna swap to my earbuds. So I want to be able to hear them a little bit better. As well as my speaker is, I feel like I can't hear as well as I want to.
Lol.
Okay.
You called me fatty? What are you, fucking blind? Get the fuck out of here. Calling me
Nah,
fatty.
nigga.
Right. Nice try. Go watch someone else, bitch.
This, I
There's a lot
mean,
of salt. Definitely a lot of sodium.
why would you be
It'd be
mad,
great to get
bro?
some support on Kick. We're getting none right now. No subs on Kick. Let's get some
Bagathon
subs on Kick
4,000.
today. All right, cool. Oh my God, he's drinking gin. Gin is great. Oh, Beeb.
Don't ever let me beg like that, girl.
Memberships to the community. You guys are going crazy with memberships today. You wild man.
Kino's gonna get like 50,000 memberships in like 5 seconds just to felt Phil. It has been an absolute beautiful, just art. Every clip of theirs is great.
It looks like cones. He's got a big old eyeball.
Also, shout out Snort Burnell. Oops, I'm running out the road. Girl, you ain't see that. You didn't see that. I'm also driving in Europe. I don't know how to drive in Europe. Very evident I don't know how to drive in Europe. But yeah, no, shout out Snort Burnell. I got a couple of duty stream clips in here too, man. These guys upload and drop some of the best, just some of the fucking chef's kiss clips. But I'm gonna let this play.
Coffee. Devour. I have to warn everyone.
Bro, he charged his fans to eat Buffalo Wild Wings.
Great. This is with ranch. Ready?
Oh my God, like why is this his content, bro? Why is that his content? Like I get eating on stream and snacking, bro, but why are you charging your fans 1,500? He wants 300 a stream. He wants 150 per stream. That's $300 a day. He streams 6 days a week. That's $1,800. He charges $1,800, $1,800, and the reward is you get to watch him eat Buffalo Wild Wings. He's not sharing with you. This is the pizza party that you can watch. You don't get any pizza. Oh, and you also have to pay the person more money for the pizza. You get none of it. This is what Phil's streams are. This is a marathon rewards. And somehow, I know they put whatchamacallit on Game Pass. Yes. The new Warhammer is on. Whoops! No, new Warhammer, but Vetramite. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. But I know it's on Game Pass, and I know my friends want me to play it, and I probably will play it. How many people give a fuck that I play it doesn't matter. I kind of want to play it. This is not. I want to say that's not the one that's not the one Daddy picked. We're going to Munich. I have no idea where the fuck we're at either. But yeah. What was I talking about? Oh, him raising money to eat Buffalo Wild Wings on stream. It's like, bro, you're not even eating like good wings. Like you're eating like mid-tier wings, bro. And why do you need $1,500 to eat said wings? I really don't. I can't put it together. Who the fuck would pay for that? I now understand. It is. Oops, I can't drive. Now confirmed. Can I do this like I do in the U.S.? I can drive in the USA. Okay, I got this. But yeah, no. Like, I don't. There's only one person that would pay for it, and it would have to be a complete fucking regard. And I get why they call them dents. I completely understand why they call them dents. Also, Phil, that is how you back up a truck.
Should I keep your mouth closed during a meal?
I also want to make sure this is now the.
Disgusting. Stop smacking your lips. You gross old fart.
Do I have game audio? I should have game audio.
And for the
Bruh.
record, the size is quite good. On these boneless ones, these are not
Like,
tiny.
as a viewer, what the fuck are you getting out of this?
Ranch or what?
I'm just saying, like, if I'm watching this as a viewer, what do I get out of watching a 43-year-old man smacking my ear while eating Buffalo Wild Wings? I would rather blow my brains out with like a shotgun that's shooting pennies. Like, in such a way that would be so brutal. It would require hours for me to die. That would still be more substantial than watching him eat Buffalo Wild Wings. Like, I mean, my God, how does he make his goal? How does that happen? How have we, as a society, as a people, let this happen? Leave a comment down below. Somebody fucking tell me. I need answers, bro.
This thing, if I
Oh
eat
shit.
certain spices
Oh
and
shit.
certain
I'm not in
flavors,
America.
my face turns pink. This might be the first time you guys are
God,
experiencing it.
oh
It's
my
something that
God.
happened when I was a kid.
Eyes off the
When I used to eat,
eyes
like,
off the
sour
merch.
candies and stuff,
I gotta
my
drive.
face would break out. Now, I went to
Girl,
the
move your big
dermatologist
ass
for
head.
it.
Damn,
And he said,
Bob.
it's fine. He said, don't worry about it. It seems to just be a color reaction in your skin. It doesn't, I'm not swelling. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not doing anything bad. It just makes my face pink. So it just went away.
What the fuck?
But it happens when I get like a burst of certain flavors. My face changes color. It's weird. So it's probably the spice I would think. Okay.
I pissed you
What?
full. What? I need to leave the basement. What do I do?
What?
I don't want to leave the basement.
Louisiana rub, bone and wing.
Why is this his content, bro? Also, I thought this was the Doom clip. This is not the Doom clip. I think I might have changed videos on me. But still, why is this? How is this a reward for his viewers? Why is this?
It's not good.
It's not even a good review. Like, what does this do for me as a viewer?
Fuck, that was disgusting, dude. That was
Like-
absolutely fucking disgusting. Oh my god.
Like,
Disgusting.
I love the way they use his old clips
I can chew it way too much.
to criticize his current clips. I love that. Shout out Snort, man.
All I can taste is salt. I don't taste
Bro, that's all we taste when we watch your stream is salt.
It's just salty,
Pure
salty,
salt.
salty.
Just sodium, my
But the
nigga.
value is good. I would say a 3 tender combo with a side and a drink for $11.
Bro.
That's good. That's a good value.
Bro, this is supposed to be a gaming channel. I like, as a viewer, again. Oh shit, my headlights ain't on. Girl, why you tell me my lights weren't on? Damn, both of y'all sitting right there in the driver's seat. Anyway, I mean, as a viewer, what is this doing for me? Like this, and people are paying for it. I really don't understand. And it's like, why do you need $1,500? Well, we all know why he needs $1,500. He's got to get those sweaty JPEG pools, man. He's got to get the Hogan pools, bro. It's absolutely positively insane. Every time I see it, every time I see a clip, I'm just like, bro, this can't be real, but it's real. Like, of course he's the ultimate consumer. He's gonna know whether or not it's a value, but still.
Price, I can't knock them. Their prices are good. But
Yay?
it's the flavors, right? Like if this was
I can't
20
taste the
wings
wings.
and they're all amazing for $16, I'd be like, that's 4.75 out of 5. But they weren't all good. So obviously I can't
mean,
do that, right? It's
what?
kind of a different thing. I can't really rate it like I normally would, right?
Then your review's not even helping me, dude.
Immediately as I sat down on the
You
couch,
just
I
ate the
opened up my
wings.
phone, all right, and I just
You
went
just
right to WWE Champion. My
Bro,
favorite
what?
pastime. And immediately
You
I
didn't even
all
review it
the
though.
support that you guys gave me on
Like, that
show
wasn't
last
even a
night,
review.
and I just went on
Like,
a pull frenzy, pull after
the
pull after
fuck?
pull.
Chat talked about a Discord server. It was
Dog, this nigga's reward is just ordering food and giving like,
I've never had a Discord server because
what?
I know that my trolls would ruin it for everyone. It would be way too much of a liability where people would be.
Dude, you have a
exposed and
Discord
harassed
server.
and
Stop
have
fucking
people
lying.
connect to them with their Discord information, so I don't have. No, it literally it doesn't exist. It's fake. Whoever said that's full of shit.
We
The only
know he
Discord
has
that
a
I've ever
Discord
had
server.
is just to talk to my moderators. That's it. I only have a moderator Discord. It's like just a few people. It's not even all of them.
Nah.
It's only a few of them. Like some of the longest running
Nah.
ones. That's it. And yet, do I use
Ooh,
Discord?
I'm running
Of
out
course
the
I
road.
do. I use Discord to
Hey, one of y'all gonna have to take the wheel, dog. Don't look at me like that.
You
got your license?
Or anything like that. Just nonsense. Whoever told you that is full of baloney.
Still run off the road.
What they're showing is that
Bro
there's a
still
great
has.
window. And as you can see, it's
Now, the
plenty
thing that
wide,
kills me
plenty.
is
And
that
they'd
Phil
be
bought the
with
game
ultra
early.
wide.
Now, he was shitting on people. First of all, he was shitting on Doom before it even came out. So him buying it is just like a what the fuck, bro. This was 100% like a view buy. Like, he's buying that hoping to God to get the day one views. He got them. It didn't pan out the way he wanted, but he got them. But he also bought the game early, and I say that because in clips, I think there's a clip in here somewhere, somebody clipped it, but he's shit talking people who buy games early. And he's always, oh, you know, I'm not a shill, I'm not gonna buy the game early, I'm gonna play it when it releases like everybody else, because yada yada yada. And then he's out here dumping mad money on pre-orders. Probably why he was begging so hard, because he wanted to get Doom pre-order. I still think he was begging for the Switch too, but I think part of that was the Doom pre-order.
Off by default. Off by default. Okay, then leave it off.
He's already
What a
bitching.
stupid thing. All right, let's go with this. Let's see. If it ends up being too hard, I can always make it easier. Okay.
And listen,
Oh my God.
there's
Don't
nothing.
care. Don't
wrong, and I was bringing this up earlier. I'm running off the fucking road. There's absolutely nothing wrong with playing a game on an easier difficulty. Again, I feel like gamers have gotten that weird thing going where it's like, oh man, if you're not 360 no scoping somebody off a fucking building on the edge of the map while falling off a goddamn fighter jet and riding a tank halfway down back into orbit while raising the American flag and sniping somebody, like somehow you're not gaming. And it's like, bro, games are supposed to be fun. Whether you play on like the hardest difficulty, the easiest difficulty, you're supposed to have fucking fun at whatever level it is. At the end of the day, it's supposed to be fucking fun, dude. And he's buried himself into this corner of trying to be this hardcore gamer who's good at games, and he's not gonna accept the fact that, bro, first of all, you're an alcoholic. And second of all, and I can't stress this enough, you're old. Like, it's a fact. And I say that at 36, I'm old. As far as like gaming flexes go, and I know there's some other 36-year-olds who are like dumbass good, but I'm a raging pothead, and like I come to the grips with, dude, I had the reflexes of like a turtle on its back. What is that? Boom! That's me getting shot. I get it. That's why I don't play Call of Duty like that. I don't stream Call of Duty like that. It's like, you know what? I'm not even gonna embarrass myself. So you have to come to terms with as and it's just like being an athlete. Like, as you get older, hey man, you're just not as quick as you were when you were 26 or 16 or something. Like, you gotta accept the fact that, hey, it's cool, I'm gonna play at a lower difficulty level and I'm going to enjoy the overall experience. And hey, if it's that big of a deal, I'll go back and play it on normal. Then I go back and play it on hard. Then I play it on hardcore just to make shits and giggles out of it. But like, you don't have to take it so serious. It's not 1992. Like, your life doesn't depend on being like good at a video game. Anyway, ran over.
Yes.
Here's your weapon. Well, I want the shredder.
You gotta play Doom fast, man. You gotta play Doom fast.
I don't know what happened. I guess I'm presuming that's annoying.
You got fucking smacked, bro. I seen that shit. They ain't even looking. They ain't even trying to pay attention. Dog, Phil's getting smoked.
Do you see what
Like,
I mean about the damage? I don't like it at all. You just start taking
Bro,
random
you
damage,
played
don't
the
even know what hits
game.
you.
You playing the game on a high difficulty setting. Every hit's gonna feel like a fucking life-threatening, like a life-threatening wound. Where's the traffic in this game, by the way? There's not enough traffic. I'm getting over it.
Whoa,
I think.
nice.
I think.
Oh.
He plays games like it's
Yeah, what's supposed to
1992.
fire?
Bruh. Oh my god, I'm running up the fucking road. Don't watch TV and drive.
Where's my shield? Wait a minute, what's going on?
Bro, you might want to do some dodging.
I can't block with my shield.
You-
It doesn't work.
you-
I can't.
dude,
The
blocking.
button isn't working.
You're depending on the shield.
Why
That's
couldn't it
not
work?
how you
I
play
can't
Doom.
look.
That's not how you play
Right
Doom.
click stopped working. What happened?
That's not how you play Doom. That's what happened. Let me put on my traffic mod. It feels like
My shield
what's
is
on my
glitched.
traffic's
It
too
doesn't
light.
work.
Yeah, I know.
I can't
Bruh.
parry, so I can't do the tutorial. Look, right click does nothing. The game is glitched.
I feel like he somehow has the only bugged copy of Doom.
Now it works. It was glitched. What a stupid thing, man.
I know. You're gonna do that, computer. You're gonna do that. There you go. Let me move this up real quick. I don't want traffic. I don't even want that anymore. No. More realistic traffic. I want heavy traffic. More traffic. More traffic is in here.
The tutorial was fucked. Wow, what a
Increase
great game,
priority.
huh?
See, this is how you add mods. So simple. Weightless traffic.
Fucked up. Day one problems. The shield's glitched. And I lose 2 auto revives because of it.
Let me see. Traffic density.
Yeah, that was incredibly stupid.
I don't want to make it too crazy. Fuck it. Traffic density. Increase priority. Alright, let's try this now. It got a little too quiet on the road. I don't like that.
Yeah, dude, because that was fucked up.
Nah, bro, you're getting cooked.
I got stuck against the wall. That was complete bullshit.
Of course you got stuck against the wall.
Tried to parry, nothing.
Oh, they're gonna make me wait all day for that, aren't they?
Oh, this is bullshit.
I know.
They're looking at me and he killed me. Get the fuck out of here, dude. No.
Let's try this again. Bro.
What the hell? How do I do this?
I'm gonna give him that. Doom's a little
Seems like there's
confusing
no other way to get there,
sometimes,
but
but bro.
you can't. I mean, it's not high enough
Bro.
there. And there's no other way to run and jump. I have no clue how you're supposed to do this.
Yeah, you're gonna have to fucking look around, bro, Am.
Yeah, someone said, is there a valve around? I don't see. Do you see those tubes going anywhere? No. Where is there a valve? What just happened? Did I just take damage out of nowhere?
Nah, bro.
I am so lost. How am I supposed to do this?
I mean, welcome to Doom. I can guarantee you there's a simple way across.
All I can do is go here.
There's a simple way
Can I do
across.
something here?
I can't talk shit. I know for a fact I'm gonna get fucking lost in Doom. But that's
None of
Doom.
these work. You can't jump
That's
across
the point.
any of these. It's an invisible wall. I am losing it. I'm losing. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here.
I know.
This is
It's
driving me
brutal.
nuts. I want the secret.
Bro, you're gonna have to leave without that secret.
I can't leave that. Look how much is in there. How am I supposed to get
You-
that open?
Gonna have to come back.
Literally by now, someone would have said something. No one has said anything in the chat. So I guess
I
no
know,
one knows.
because it's a brand new
Early.
fucking game, bro. No one fucking knows. You're gonna have to, you gotta have to play it. Welcome to the real world.
I hate giving up on something, but fuck it. I don't know what else to do. There's a valve in the door opposite the door of the flames.
Bro. There's no traffic in this game.
What?
I added more traffic and I swear to God, it feels just more emptier than
Since when
ever.
do you do that in Doom? Oh my god.
Since forever.
I'm useless. I can't do anything of use to anyone right now.
But no, Phil, that's how Doom is. Everything's fucking hidden. You're gonna have to look and pray to God. And pray to God that you find it.
I feel like me playing on the harder difficulty, I'm going to be very frustrated later in the game.
Yes!
Turn it down just to forewarn everyone.
Bro, you should have did that from the get-go. You know you can't play that game on the hardest difficulty.
You're getting cheap hit from things. I kill one guy literally in front of me, but there's another guy behind him you can't see, and he shoots through, and you lose 80% of your health.
Bro,
What do you want
that's
me to do to that?
how
And if they
Doom
want a
works.
room literally full of enemies, I get
You
it,
don't have to
but then make it fair.
cry
You can't
about
just
it.
shoot me through other enemies and I can't see, or you know they're hitting
Bro.
me off screen, or what was really cheap, I killed an enemy. You could see the health floating in front of me, but it didn't absorb right away, so I died anyway.
Bro, you got to play Doom faster than what you're playing Doom.
Get help.
Like,
How do
bruh.
you think having sheltering or hover parents affected your growing up?
A lot. A lot.
You know, I don't know. I'm old now, you know. I'm freaking 38 years old. I don't really remember.
Bro. 38 going on 14.
And besides that, I remember my parents were incredibly sheltering. Like they were. Like seriously.
Yeah, we can tell, bro.
That I didn't even get to like really go out and do stuff with friends on a consistent basis till I was like 18 years old when I told them I'm going to do what I want. You got to lay off because if you keep telling me no.
Jesus Christ. It took him 18 years to stand up to his parents. Yeah, he's a dead. I was standing up to my mom at like 9.
So, you know, they were
Then again, I was a dick. Speeding?
I think the reason they were
Not speeding?
because I had a cousin, Melissa, who lived with me, and she was the opposite. Like,
yeah,
she
okay.
became
You ain't no help.
uncontrollable
No help.
person who got into crime, who got into drugs. And I think when they saw this bad stuff she was getting into, they were terrified that I was going to slip into it too.
Bro, you are the last person to get on drugs. You should be on drugs. The prescribed kind.
Major street. So we'll have more. We'll probably beat at least 2 more stages.
Bro, speed it. Come on, dog. I'm a truck driver, bro. I'm trucking.
Stages tomorrow. Tomorrow night is
What the
Minecraft
fuck?
Chill, right? I believe so.
Why y'all drive like this in Europe?
My parents were
This shit like driving down in Texas. This shit crazy as fuck.
They were having problems with their marriage. I know I've never really talked about this publicly before. I will right now. This is really
Why?
from the heart. They were having
Why?
problems with their marriage at the time when I was in high school. They may or may not have cheated on each other. I don't know or care.
Why would you tell
And
that?
I don't give a shit what they do.
My mom's spirit would come back to life and beat the hell out of me. My mother is dead and I am still scared of her. If I spilt the beans like that, bruh, no. And Batman couldn't beat that out of me, dude. That's something you take to therapy, dude. Like, that's something you take to therapy. Like, you can't lay that on your audience, bro. Like, you gotta take that shit to therapy, son.
It's a money pit.
You know what?
It's gone like that. In an instant.
Joon the King just dropped a documentary.
On
Fuck
February
it.
18th, 2025,
Let's hit it.
a lawsuit was filed against the streamer Destiny. It states that
I know a lot
Destiny
about
shared
Destiny.
explicit images and
I've heard the name. I've heard it passed around. I'm familiar, but not familiar. So I guess this would be my chance to react to it. Fuck it.
videos of the plaintiff known online
Raw
as
reaction
Pixie.
time.
Pixie
As a
is
matter of
requesting
fact,
no
let me
less
update
than
mine.
$1 million. This is arguably the most vulnerable Destiny has been in his 15 years.
All right, I'm back. Appreciate that, y'all. Give me 1 second. I had to update my title real quick. Also, Joon the King just dropped a documentary on Destiny.
More
So we're gonna
vulnerable
react
than
to
the
it.
other
Fuck it.
times those he's interacted with have attempted to expose him
Oh,
as
that's
a
my
horrific
stream
manipulator.
chat.
Anna, why did she?
Stream chat is a horrible color. I'm glad I saw that. Hang on.
Okay, Anna.
His saving grace is that many of these people were not of sound mind and did not file a lawsuit. Additionally, this is not the only time Destiny has shared intimate imagery or betrayed someone's trust, as Destiny is also a serial cheater. Due to his
Damn.
lack of care of his actions and those close to him, he is often labeled as a sociopath and manipulator. Whatever the case, he is skilled in what he does. From his days of working in a casino to his early StarCraft 2 streams, he has shown persistence and a proclivity to understand the space he is in, and has surpassed any obstacle in his way. Until now. To understand how he got here, this video will be covering the history of Destiny from before the streams to present day. There are many ways to describe Destiny. Cold, calculating, distant.
Yeah, he sound like a
There
sociopath.
are also many instances of Destiny drawing parallels to his childhood and why he may be the way he is.
So I was left pretty much to my own devices growing up. My parents didn't come to my concerts or, come to school plays or whatever. It was pretty much just me on my own. I think that, combined with the fact that most of my heroes were very edgy, shonen-esque figures, or people like Solid Snake or whatever in JRPGs.
Oh
and shit,
God, he was that
led
guy.
to me growing up
He was
to be
that guy.
a pretty individual person. This has its ups, it has its downs. For me personally, in this business, it's been a major benefit to me, like an insurmountable benefit. It's something that you hear a lot of people complain about.
Through stories like these, Destiny has explained he learned to be independent early on in life. He also learned
I did
how
too.
to detach. A story of
Well,
particular
I get
note
that.
is his grandma, who, as Destiny tells it, would routinely adopt a dog. The dog would misbehave due to a lack of training, and his grandma would put it down.
When I was pretty
Damn.
young, maybe around like 5th grade, I think she did this to 2 dogs that me and my little sister were like very attached to. I remember obviously being incredibly upset when that happened because they were like,
Oh shit, did I hit the
the 2
rail?
dogs that I liked the most. But then after that, I kind of
They
stopped
can drop
caring so
it.
much about each individual dog because I knew that it had like a 12-month timer on it basically. One of the days that I got up to leave, it was like 4:30, 4:45, I heard the dog pissing in my grandma's room, and I'd never seen it before. And this dog was taking this massive piss. And I remember that I opened my door, and my grandma had her hands on the bed, and she was just kind of like barely like leaning over, and she was just pissing all over the floor. And she kind of looked at me, and I kind of looked at her, and I didn't say anything, and she kind of like grumbled a little bit, and then she like crawled back into bed. And I left, and I was like, holy fuck.
Despite events like these, or his parents mismanaging their wealth to terrible
What the
results,
fuck?
Destiny contends he had a pretty good life. While his parents may not have been as involved as others, Destiny's mom at minimum was supportive, as she would readily deliver compliments, like when Destiny would write articles for his school's newspaper.
Oh, and I emailed it to my mom because I was so proud of it. And she said, whoa, that was quite a shocker. It was, in my humble opinion, an outstanding article. The ending stopped you in your tracks. Great job, Pumpkin Pie. Lots of good points made.
The article in question was one that mirrored the Republican views of his parents, but Destiny adopted more than just a view.
Conservative opinions, and then going through grade school and high school. I guess I have like the debater archetype. I don't know if that's genetic or just I got it from my mom.
Yeah, let me over,
Mentally,
bro.
so
Let me over,
I've
bro.
always been kind of like an argumentative, disagreeable person who's been politically interested.
While Destiny would
Nah,
always
you gonna have to
be
wait, dog.
argumentative,
Yeah, let me in here,
that
bro.
did not stop him from making friends. The real-time strategy genre was booming. StarCraft, in particular, was regarded as well-balanced and offered
I never got into
competition,
StarCraft.
a confluence of strategy and actions per minute, or APM for short. APM is highly important for economy management and engagements where a player has to consider the spacing of units, selecting the appropriate target for units, sometimes even individually, and kiting if the situation calls for it. This incredible
Yeah, I
depth
can't do all
of
that.
optimization is possibly what took Destiny
I got
and many other
ADHD. I could
players.
not play that game.
And so, as the esports scene grew, it carried StarCraft along with it. Destiny, however, did not share the same level of interest with his schooling, despite how well he
Oh,
scored on
thank
tests.
God it's not raining.
Quote, I graduated high school
I can
in
see
a pretty
now.
unique position. I had amazing test scores, a 35 on the ACT, and enough 4 through 5s on AP tests to almost enter college as a sophomore. Unquote. Even so, Destiny states he had bad grades. The reason? Not enough pressure. Destiny, as he would find out, responds well to adversity, to a challenge. In high school, Destiny joined his school's jazz band, only he
The
was
life
not
said
very
challenge
experienced,
accepted.
as was apparent during a rehearsal.
Somebody's messing up here. We're gonna go down the line. We went down the line, we played it, and I didn't know my part well enough, and I fucked it up. It was horrible. And I remember he told me, chided me in front of the whole band. It was like, if you want to play with the jazz band, you're gonna have to do way better than that. And I remember feeling so fucking humiliated. But it was on a Friday, but like that weekend, I think I spent like fucking 12 hours.
Destiny caught on quick, and did well enough in band that it's what he decided to get a higher education in. To pay for school, he signed up
Whoops.
for the Air Force,
Oh my
but
God.
was
Oh my
denied
God.
because he was underweight
I can't drive.
and an estimated 105 pounds.
Hey, don't
So
look
he
at
got
me
a
like
job
that.
outside
Oh,
of the military
shit.
to pay for his education. At this point, he deems his life was almost
Ooh.
perfect. Quote, even though I didn't
Sorry,
get
bro.
qualified to college, my life entering it was almost perfect. I was married to the
Don't
most
act like
amazing
you ain't seen.
girl
Oh
I've
my
ever
God.
known
I
in my
have got to
life.
stop doing
I
that.
was pursuing music, a great passion of mine.
I was
And
broke
had
by the
a
time I
promising
delivered
job,
this
future
damn truck.
career started at a casino with a huge opportunity for personal growth.
Ah, it's fine.
Unquote. This would not
We're
last, as his
delivering,
performance would be lost
the
one
T-virus.
by one. Tragically,
We got
his
this.
job conflicted with the school schedule as he missed the first day of college band.
And I missed it. And after day one, I was like, fuck. They assigned all the sections, like, I don't know, man. And I didn't go for the whole semester, and I was like, whatever. And I got an A. I'm not gonna
What?
lie, I don't know if this counts as like academic fraud and I can never go back to college, but I took 3 years. I took 6 semesters of university band and I got an A on every single semester.
What the
don't know how.
fuck?
This boon would go unutilized as Destiny decided to drop out of college in favor
That
of
is
working in a
insane,
restaurant inside a
bro.
casino. A job that he had held for 3 years.
That
at
nigga
the
didn't even
time.
go to class and
Wong
got
got
3
the
A's.
press
Bro,
and
what
casino
kind of
manager
light
while
glitch did he
working at
get?
McDonald's. This turned out to not be the best choice, as it was made with the confidence that he was integral to have things running smoothly. As he tells it, he was good at his job and secured a supervisor role around the age of 20. Yet his relationship with management started to deteriorate. The same could be said about his marriage. What's more, his childhood friend Chris was going through a mental health crisis.
Uh-oh.
And
Do I need to be
basically said
over?
that you pretty much
I might need to be over.
figured
Hey,
that he was gonna go
slow
somewhere
down,
to kill
bro.
himself. And at the time, because of where I was at in my life,
new to traveling in
we
Europe.
talked a lot about it. I was like, I mean, like, it's your life, dude. Don't let anybody else control you. If
Oh.
you really feel like killing yourself is the best thing, then by all means, like, fuck, go for
Yeah,
it.
I gotta
First
get
day,
off.
disagree or whatever. And then he did it.
Destiny has stated that
Wow.
he was not so direct when talking to Chris and was being exaggerative when talking about it on stream.
Like, so I mean, like, even from like a selfish perspective, like, I wouldn't want him to kill himself. Absolutely not.
He did it.
At minimum, Destiny
Nah,
stated
he seems
job.
kinda
Here he brought forward ways
way
to
too
improve
cool with
efficiency
that.
regarding the input of data using Excel, which was to
Like, what kind of friend
he
is
was
that?
pragmatic when it came
I-
to solving
I
issues,
get it a little
such as
bit, but
requesting
damn.
staff members to keep a clean environment, which was also ignored. To this, he made an obvious mistake.
My manager Pam told me, well, you got to figure it out. And so I remembered her advice. So I emailed the VP of Food and Beverage and I CC'd her. And I said, I'm not getting the help I need in my restaurant. Now, I didn't know at the time that I was basically completely throwing her under the bus.
After this, Destiny states he was being written up for the most minor of transgressions. The straw that broke the camel's back was when he attempted to persuade an employee to come in for their shift.
They wanted to call out, and I told them that if they called out, they were going to get fired because they were at like 10 points. They were at 9 points and 10 points is firing, blah, blah, blah. Pam told me, you can tell her that she's going to get a point, but you can't tell her she's going to get fired. I don't know what that meant. And then I told her that if you call out, you're going
Please
to
get the hell out of my way.
You're going to get fired, or you're going to be at 10 points. And then I got called in early, like 3 days later, and Pam was like, you inappropriately communicated with an employee because you said the F word in a text message. And I'm like, really?
Jesus
There's no
Christ.
shot. And she's like, well, you also tried to fire the employee. And I was like, no, I told her she was going to get 10 points. She's like, well, you used the F word. I'm like, this is insane. And I didn't, just because I was such a high performing employee, I was like, there's no way I'm getting fired. And then I did. And I was like, yeah. Cashed out my 401k and moped for like 3 months because I had thrown away school for this casino job.
What followed is what Destiny described as the lowest point in his life. Cashing out his
That's tough.
401k, Destiny for months lived off it while grinding the newly released StarCraft 2. Eventually, the well ran dry and he had to find a new job. Luckily, Destiny's uncle knew someone that cleaned carpets for a living, which is what he settled on. The wages for this job were abysmal, as the pay was per job. He was also coming off a failed marriage and now, quote, was stuck in a relationship with a girl who I had been on and off again with who was now pregnant, unquote.
Damn, bro.
Luckily, Destiny, through the advice of Kyle, began spending his time on a very fringe, soon-to-be lucrative medium of entertainment.
You and your webcam.
Dude, you're fucking enormous, Kyle.
No, you're just short, and you're not used to actually interacting with people.
In 2010, online live streaming was unheard of, and for those that didn't know about it, the technical skill and equipment and patience needed to live stream was hardly ideal, as at most it would be considered a hobby, and a strange one at that. Few streamers persisted through these limitations that early on even purposely limited viewership.
But you were also capped on the amount of bandwidth that you could actually like broadcast. So like if you had more viewers, it would take up more bandwidth from the site, and you weren't able to broadcast to like a lot of people too.
As restricted
The
as this
arcade
was,
days of
the
streaming.
small size of it
Speed,
allowed
come
for more
on,
intimate
dude.
relationships to form between viewers
Why don't
and
give me a
streamers.
speeding ticket?
Destiny
Who gave me a
added
goddamn
viewers to his
speeding ticket?
Facebook and
There's not even
had
a
no
cop
fears
out here,
linking his
dude.
cell phone number to an audience of around 30 people.
They just making up
Hey, this is
tickets,
Steve
bro.
with Guaranteed Clean. I was just calling to let you know that we just finished up our last job, but we are in Council Bluffs, so the drive's a little long. I'll probably be there closer to 2:30. If there's any problem with that, just give me a call back at 714-8841. Thank you very much. Otherwise, I'll plan on seeing you around then. Thank you. Alright, one more game, bros.
That was Destiny delaying a carpet cleaning job to just stream a bit more. Any
That's
window he
good.
had was spent
More than
streaming.
Phil did.
Whether it was free time outside of work or in between jobs, he would be online streaming StarCraft 2. This is how he fumbled into a core tenet of success with content creation, and that is consistency. Because Destiny was online
The one
so
thing I
much,
don't have,
viewers formed a habit of
consistency.
watching him until
Damn.
it snowballed into a consistent viewer base that would send him donations via PayPal. What's more, the competition between the top live streaming websites, Ustream, Livestream, and Justin TV forced services to improve their offerings. Justin TV, now known widely as Twitch, not only allowed the most bandwidth in late 2010, it offered a partner program.
I originally streamed on a live stream, then Ustream, then a website called Justin TV, and I think they started a partner program for some of the streamers, and I was one of the first people in it, if not the first person, I'm not sure. But I got up a paycheck for like $203.
shit. Hey, hold the line,
But
bro.
when I got the $203, I looked back and I just did a quick calculation on like how many hours do I stream, and then how many hours do I do carpet cleaning, and it's like if I streamed, the dollar per hour I made streaming was about the same as my dollar per hour carpet cleaning, and I was like, fuck carpet cleaning, I'm just gonna stay home and play video games and stream because I'll make about the same money. So
God, the good
Around
old
early
days.
2011,
The
Destiny
good old
became a
days,
full-time
man.
StarCraft 2 streamer, and a parent to his son Nathan that was born soon after. Amongst all the chaos of the
Whoop,
streams,
oh my God,
his
oh my
rise to
God.
popularity, the climbing of the ladder of StarCraft 2, there was some stability due
Where's
to
his turn? Where's his turn?
significant
Where's his turn?
income stream. In his
Okay.
second year of live streaming, Destiny had made $100,000 in that year alone. The issue was, it should have been more.
For? What's up?
You have a PayPal account?
Yeah,
My bad, yo.
How much is in there?
Listen, I'm getting used to this driving
I
thing
don't know. Why
in
you
Europe.
want to hack it?
Nah,
Oh, okay.
I want you to pay me.
How much am I gonna pay you?
Okay, there's a car next to me. I get it.
What?
Jesus.
Internet.
You're
I
fucking
was gonna try-
hilarious,
I was gonna
dude.
try to
You really
whip the
think I would
turn.
Give you $300 so that I could use that.
Are we good to go? Are we good? Yeah,
Yes
we
or
good.
no?
No. It's actually kind of scary, like how close I was to getting people together to go down to his house and kill him and his
Please.
family. Or it would have. It would have.
Are you gonna let me go? Thank you, sir.
I didn't know anything about it. Dude, that was some of the most fucked up shit in my entire life. I was so fucking close to doing it.
Destiny was being repeatedly hit by DDoS attacks, hitting him offline, which made streaming impossible. The person doing this was not only trying to extort Destiny, but was also threatening him and his family.
That's crazy niggas on the internet be wild like that.
Either. That was pretty bad. Oh, and then he tried to say he was part of a group called Blackade. This guy is a serious business hacker. Serious fucking business. They couldn't even get me for calling the SWAT team on someone.
It
Bro,
turned out
like
it
going
was
that far to
difficult
bother
get
someone
this
is
person's
crazy.
IP, and to that extent, his personal information.
I ripped his IP from Skype and gave it to a friend who was able to look up a whole bunch of information about him. By the time I woke up in the morning, I had the names of like every family member, the phone number to like 3 of his brothers, the phone number to his home phone, his parents' name,
That's
his mom's name, his
wild.
dad and mom's name. Like it was pretty cool. I had a lot of information available to me.
With this information, Destiny called the person's landline and confronted him, but he blocked Destiny's number shortly after being discovered. Destiny then called from a different number.
And I gave him a call via Google Voice, and I was like, hey, what's up, bro? And he's like, whatever, dude. So he's like, so you can Google shit, that's pretty cool that you got my phone number or whatever. You must think you're like super pro or whatever. And I'm like, no way, dude, I just wanted to
turn
talk to
signal.
your dad, or maybe your brother Jeremy, or your sister Emma. He's like, dude, that's not even like my family. And I was like, oh, are you
Bro,
sure?
cause y'all niggas
And
not.
he's like, yeah, man. I was like, oh, really? And so I started sending him pictures over Skype of his sister. Like, I guess on the volleyball team, I got a ton of information on this kid.
Eventually,
Damn.
Destiny was able to reach this person's father, where they came to an agreement to disengage. On top of any resolution, Destiny submitted this case to Judge Judy.
It's not my driving.
But
Don't
nothing
look
ever
at me
came
like
of
that.
this.
It's not my
The
driving.
same could be said with his
It's not my
interactions with
driving.
Mia Rose and Blue T. Mia Rose was a porn star and League of Legends streamer, one who an intoxicated Destiny groped live. In a removed tweet, Destiny apologized. A Redditor seemingly archived its contents. Quote, sorry, I have too much in my past to drink so much. I'm sorry. Unquote. The comments
Bruh.
in this same Reddit thread dispute whether the apology
everyone's
was
done
necessary,
something, I swear to
citing
God.
it
No one's
as
clean.
reasonable, mostly to appease the sponsors that were attached to the stream.
Is
Other
that
comments
Markiplier?
believe that the apology should
I
have
think
only been
Markiplier's
directed at
fine.
Mia. Side note,
He might be the
Mia
only
at
dude
one
on
point
YouTube that
did
done some
sleep
shady
with
shit.
Destiny.
I'm never gonna say this again. I'm gonna say it once, and you guys better take notes because I'm never ever gonna say it again, ever, anywhere else. I had sex with Destiny. It was terrible because his dick is uncut and doesn't pull back the skin. Like, so sex was terrible because I felt like I couldn't.
This
Oh,
hardly affected Destiny. People watched him over others because of how he engaged with his community.
That
His
was
bluntness
tough.
And overall aggressiveness
That
in
was
formulating
tough, bro.
insults was seen positively. He was able to.
Hey,
carry
yo, he just ran that
conversations
light, so where the
unrelated to
police at?
StarCraft.
That's where he takes away from your.
That light was red as
because
fuck.
People are hung up on other people using foul language that they're concentrating
okay
on
then.
just
So I'm
what
finna hit it
the
then.
curses are, the foul language.
I better not get a
opposed to
ticket.
what The real message you're trying to convey.
Cool.
If any other
Let us
church-
say, for example, and I'm sorry if foul language offends you, I'll be a little crass. Say somebody's really irritating me, and I tell the person I want you to shut the fuck up.
With his superior commentary making up for his lack of top-tier skill, Destiny around this time would consider himself to be the largest streamer in the world. Destiny was playing the biggest game in the world, and while StarCraft was rife with competition, the streaming space was not. At most, he
Right.
described himself as a semi-pro gamer, and with his newfound popularity, was being more promiscuous.
That's a really weird question. I can't answer that right now.
Okay.
I'm
So,
not looking for anybody right now. Let me put it that way.
okay.
Please.
So another
Okay,
question
got
would
it.
be, I know you're not looking for anyone now, but have you ever used your professional status to try to get a girl?
It's kind of a catch-22.
And we got a million smooth off of that.
It's
Thank
really
you.
funny to say, but honestly, in this industry, you can use that to get girls, but the kind of girls that you get acting that way are usually not the kind that I would want to be with in a relationship anyway, if that makes sense.
Boom.
Quote, August 23rd,
Nothing to it.
2012. Destiny types, quote, you want to see the sickest shit in the world? So many fangirls. I had one that was 15. She wanted to
Yo.
hook up. Dudes, she's 15. WTF. But she sent me pictures. That made it so hard to say no. Unquote.
Bro.
Destiny then sends the pictures in the chat, which was allegedly her in a bikini, to which Destiny types, quote, girl on the left, so hard to say no. Gonna get arrested one of these MLGs, man. Unquote. In the beginning of this conversation, Destiny is talking about a different woman, one that he describes as having a hideous face but beautiful body. The woman in question is one that he shared explicit images without consent in the same conversation. This woman in question goes online by the name of Blue T. After this information got back to Blue T, and in retaliation, she, quote, snapped. I had his email password from when I used to help schedule his lessons. I changed his email password, which enabled me to change his Twitter and Skype passwords. I have a folder full of dick pics, and because
Damn.
I am so nice, try to choose the most flattering to post. Unquote. Images of Destiny's penis were posted on his Twitter. This was allegedly happening during one of Destiny's MLG matches, which he subsequently forfeited due to the leaking of his photos. In response, Destiny, on Blue T's Reddit post summarizing her actions, stated, quote, was to two people, not an entire chat room of people. Two people that I consider pretty close friends. I can't imagine how you can think that people will never,
boo.
ever talk about anything personal or private amongst
I got more
friends.
money than y'all can count
Maybe
now.
I'm just stupid, but I can't see myself caring at all if you shared pictures between your close friends. Especially given the fact that I've never seen any of them in real life. Unquote.
Nah.
Destiny then makes the argument that leaking nudes between friends and publicly as Blue T did were not equivalent. and ends his response by threatening her job and school via contacting her dean or trying to get her financial aid revoked. This had consequences, more so for Destiny than Blue Tea. He parted ways with his team at this time, known as Root Gaming. This is not the only time Destiny parted ways from a team due to his controversial nature. Only 3 months prior, he separated from Quantic because he supposedly called a person a racial slur. Destiny was not looked upon favorably in the StarCraft community. There were many people that could look past his actions, but there were others who were displeased at the lack of change. And by late 2012, Destiny was not
Can I
long
drive?
for this community. Not because of his lack of popularity, but because of StarCraft's.
So we can actually
If we can't hope for Blizzard to do anything, then it's time to just switch fucking games, because the audience of this game will only continue to dwindle.
Stop being a part of this community then. You should go play LoL. We are going to play this game and we're trying to make it as good as possible because Blizzard's not going to do shit, so we're going to.
I gotta accept the end, my friend.
This is the plan, okay? We continue to do nothing and wait, and eventually all of the Korean players are going to be switching over to LoL because Korea is huge on that shit now. And then once they switch over, people like Idra and In Control can go back to winning tournaments. I think that's the plan right now. I love you guys very much. Peace out.
Where the
Legends
fuck
is a MOBA, or a multiplayer online battle
Whoops,
arena.
I'm going the wrong way.
It shares the same top-down view of an RTS. From here, there is not much similar. MOBAs are often scaled down to the control of one unit and its abilities. It emphasizes strategy through teamwork, but not so much APM, as this was limited by the scope of the game. This also meant that individual actions were given greater importance. Yet, it was often chided by the StarCraft community due to its lack of depth. Even so, League of Legends had far better developer support, the prize pools for competitions were much larger, and due to its simplicity in comparison, it was easier for casual players to both play and to view. This
Yeah,
lowering
MOBAs were the
of
shit.
skill
God, I
ceiling
miss playing
and emphasis
MOBAs.
on strategy rather than mechanical skill was for many
I
preferred.
kind of wish I'd have stuck with League of
Destiny saw
Legends. I
this
was good
and
at
knew
League of
that
Legends
League
for a
was the
bit.
future. But this
Not
League
good
of Games
enough.
was not
Damn
as simple
Koreans.
as it seems. In many ways, virtually all in the short term, it was a terrible decision, and Destiny knew it.
And my big up and down was from StarCraft to League. That was scary for me because I thought it might be over. But if I could survive going from StarCraft to League, I could survive any, wave and fall or crest and peak or whatever at that point, yeah.
This was a challenge and a gamble. Now 2 years into streaming, failure was highly possible. Not only was Destiny betting
2
on the
years
continued
in.
success of League, he was betting on his ability to adapt. Destiny had been active in the StarCraft scene since he was a child, but League was quite different. There was the question if his skill set would be transferable. Furthermore, would his commentary be enough for his audience to stay? If not, would it be enough to bring in a new one that is interested in League? These are all questions that were answered in the coming months.
But I've been playing League a lot. I think I've been playing
Bro,
at
move
least
your
8
big
hours
ass
a day over the
head.
past 5 or 6
Damn,
weeks.
shout it.
I've been playing a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if I had the most games right now.
Alright, I'll
Season 3.
With Destiny climbing League of Legends, putting
Sorry.
countless hours into a stream,
Daddy's
though
driving
he
me
would
kinda
never be a
wide.
pro, Destiny was very
I
good
need a
at
steering wheel.
and quickly achieved Diamond rank.
Bad.
And while he did lose at least half
Bro,
of his
please
viewership
don't.
and was
I will
far from
drag
the
you
largest
down
in
the street.
world, he was surviving and building a community that would last alongside him.
Top 5 questions. These are posted every week in my subreddit. Reddit.com/Destiny. It'll say like Destiny Weekly Top 5.
The Destiny subreddit, while relatively small entering 2013, was continuously nurtured by Destiny. By having these avenues where fans could exist outside of his streams, and by allowing different ways for fans to interact,
Hell yeah.
sometimes with him directly, he was building more than just a community of viewers.
But so like my website, for instance, wasn't built by a team of people from, Team Liquid or EG or something, right? It was built by, fans of mine that very generously contributed their time.
Destiny.gg. This is Destiny's personal website. Within, one could find his schedule, his blog, a way to donate, links to other social media, and posts from them as well. Destiny was a successful League streamer. This proved that Destiny could jump from content styles and survive online. This in turn emboldened him. It was almost a free pass to be riskier than his contemporaries in terms of controversial actions because he knew his tight-knit audience was too attached to be ripped from him. This was a clear advantage over other streamers like XJ9. XJ9, like Destiny, leaked nudes of an individual online, but to a far different result. While Destiny's leaks were contained to a private chat room, XJ9 leaked his girlfriend's nudes purposely on his Facebook as an act of malice.
Wow.
Or rather an act of
Oh,
revenge
yeah.
inspired by possibly the most bizarre and inequivalent transgression.
Because she's overreacting.
She's overreacting that you posted nude pictures of her online to her Facebook and messaged her friends notifying them of said pictures. You think that she's overreacting?
She overreacted to the point of me doing that, and now it's like, okay, we both did something wrong. Let's make up.
Okay.
Like,
her
what the
wrong
fuck?
was playing Lee Sin.
Even as a guy, that doesn't make
XJ9's
sense.
girlfriend, Sin, was playing Lee Sin, a character that XJ9 likes. This is why he states he leaked her nudes and why he's talking to Destiny about it in an around 7-hour stream while her photos were still
That's
up.
so
You need
dumb.
to take down her pictures from your Facebook.
I need to, I know.
Bro, I swear these niggas be throwing their careers away over some
I think
goofy
you should
ass
do
shit.
I think if you don't, I'm gonna post your phone number in chat. Are you ready?
We did not do that.
Is the first number of the phone number 6?
Destiny, please stop.
Is it 63?
Bro.
Okay, Destiny, I'll take it down.
It needs to be down pretty soon.
XJ9 was difficult in this conversation. He claimed to be a savior of humanity while going on tirades about how much he loves My Little Pony.
What? Oh my god, of course he's a My Little Brony. They're all demented. They're all demented, bro. None of them are sacred.
XJ9 even played a song from the show through the crew
Whoops.
method of playing it on his phone,
That's
which
fine.
his microphone picked up. This
Fine.
was only possible because he
We
did
alright?
while Destiny was gone for a period.
No one
Other
saw
notable
that?
Moments of the stream were
Didn't see that.
XJ9
There
doing
you go. You
push-ups
didn't
with
see
poor
that. No.
form. XJ9
No.
leaving the call
You
only
guys
for
didn't
his
see that.
victim
What
to call
the
in
fuck?
and explain how
Oh.
he attempted to turn all her friends against
You
her
look
by
weird that
disseminating
night.
lies about her, to then
Kinda
XJ9 calling in once she
Yeah,
left,
yeah, like a
revealing that he was
dude.
still viewing the stream. Only
Just a
now
little
was he
bit.
far from friendly.
Dude, you're scaring me, dude.
Listen,
What?
you really shouldn't have done that.
Why?
Because you ticked me. I literally got set off.
Dude, I'm really tired and I can't do this. You can't claim that somebody pretended to love you because you don't even know what that
They're gonna fucking pay Destiny.
What is what's
Bro,
going
these
on?
beefs are
You
getting out
gotta
of
give us
pocket.
more hints, man.
Give me a second. You're gonna make it happen. How do you feel that you're the one that made me tick Destiny? And
Please
that you're
leave
the
your
one
head,
that
girl.
follows
Don't judge my
the
driving.
man?
My hands are clean, bro.
Fuck it.
What?
Fuck it.
Like it. Like it.
Bro, all these
so
guys
sweet,
is just
dude.
nothing but weirdos, man.
I don't speak
You got bronies in here, pedos. Of course, there's some furry in
XJ9
there. I
continued to
bet
allude
you.
to threats of a grander scale, mentioning how
bet
Destiny
you.
should look out for him in the newspaper, etc. And then he sent a link to a recently uploaded video he titled The End.
You made a YouTube video?
Hold on.
Bro,
I'm just making this because.
Is this live right now? Wait, what's going on?
I just made it.
What?
I just made it.
This stream ends shortly after, with Destiny calling the police. Streams like these, where Destiny interacts with either unique or unstable individuals, were popular, like when he argued with his mom about religion on stream, or when he gave a death threat on League. On that note, he made
What?
a different, far more graphic and infamous comment towards someone on Twitter. Quote, "Kill yourself, you fucking redacted. I hope you get
Yo,
redacted.
well,
With
that
a
makes
fucking
sense.
shovel until you bleed out your fucking redacted.
These
and
guys.
die. Holy." Unquote. The last three events happened in 2015. This was a pattern of Destiny being even more crude, whether out of anger, for the sake of entertainment,
French
or a
Lord.
resurgence of interest in politics.
That's kind of what Destiny reminds me of.
That was from a political pop quiz that showed he aligned 92% with Bernie Sanders, a left-leaning politician, and only 31% with Donald Trump, that was to his opposite. This is a stark contrast to the beliefs he held as a teenager, a change that came with his recent financial stability.
When I started to make financial decisions based on my kid, right, so like which school district I wanted to be in, you know, what opportunities I wanted to have, then I started to see things a lot differently in terms of like how people's lives are affected by the finances of their parents. That's probably what changed the most.
With Destiny's stand set, he wanted to add to the conversation. Though he had always carried political conversations on his stream, because of the election, more specifically Donald Trump, His streams began to change. He was less invested in League and more invested in conversation, like talking about abortion and overpopulation, or just maybe Game of Thrones. Whatever it was, Destiny
I
was
feel like that
extremely happy
conversation
to
might have
be
gotten a
doing
little
what he was
crazy.
doing. Even now, streaming daily for 6
Overpopulation.
years, I've never woken up and been like,
God, I have to fucking stream today. Like, I really don't feel like it. It's never happened to me before my entire life. And that's really, really, really awesome.
Now, nearly all the components of Destiny's new era of success were set. He was driven, exploring an increasingly popular genre of commentary, and was able to discuss politics while still remaining entertaining. The only thing that was lacking was self-promotion. This last element came in 2017 in 2 ways. First was by the hiring of a new YouTube manager, someone that could manage their own independence, meaning they could sift through his streams, either choosing to upload highlights or capture larger conversations. The job also meant that this person would have to make the thumbnails and select the titles of the videos. The success was largely laid upon the employee, and so was the pay. At minimum, Destiny guaranteed $1,000 a month. Beyond that, there was the revenue split of 50-50. So if the channel somehow made $100,000 a year, the manager was guaranteed $50,000.
Damn, bro.
Destiny knew that this was going to be the reality of the situation. He likely would not have been so generous with the split. But then again, his YouTube manager would likely not have been as motivated to make the channel the success it was becoming. From 2016 to 2017, viewership had nearly doubled on his channel. This was helped by
as they always say,
self-promotion.
Pay your YouTube manager. Also, I gotta up the traffic, dude. The traffic in here is just...
figures brought even greater attention.
Hang on.
Lauren Southern was one of many popular alt-right political commentators of the time, where Destiny's Let's Plays got around 1,000 views on average, and his other lesser debate or topic videos got around 50,000 views. The debate with Lauren Southern sits at 800,000. For viewership, this was the way to go. During this time, JonTron was a popular video game and pop culture viewer.
Get at it.
He was also actively tweeting in the heat of the US election cycle. This had nothing to do with his mainstay content, but he seemingly wanted to throw his hat in the ring. It just so happened that Destiny was out fishing for an opponent. The way this would work is Destiny, through a social media platform like Twitter, would create tweets that he knew would rile people up. He would then get a sea of responses where he would selectively challenge people to debates. The more followers, the more interest, and the more unprepared the opponent, the wilder the debate. This is when JonTron, after some back and forth with Destiny, stated, quote, "I'll debate you if you want. No harm."
Alright, let's try this mod.
JonTron likely expected more of a conversation than a debate. One that the internet could see as an exchange of ideas, but the internet at large saw this as an exposure of an ideologue.
Oof. Alright, boys. We're going in.
Now, I know JonTron from Game Bros.
Oh, you got it?
Early.
This debate did not go in John's favor, and the cards were always against him.
They do. Wealthy blacks also commit more crime than
I remember this.
That's a fact.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember that clip.
Give me a sec, I gotta get water.
Does anybody have a source for that? Fuck. When people make extreme claims, I don't even know how to...
Yo.
Fuck.
If John realized how much his comments would split his audience, he likely would not have jumped on.
Well, you know, when people, you know, let's say the French see an influx of Islamic migrants who come in and say, you don't give us good enough handouts, you know, like you're being racist to us, you know.
I break the game. I might have broke the game.
What are the French supposed to think?
I have too many mods in there.
I'm not French.
I do.
This debate was about an hour and 18 minutes long. The rest of the VOD is Destiny discussing the aftermath. This was not a good look for JonTron. He even uploaded a video to clarify his statements. However,
he was cooked. I remember that.
Were Destiny's gains. Whenever this debate was brought up, it was given that Destiny's name would be attached to it. Animators familiar with JonTron, such as the infamous Shadman, who is known for making explicit art of minors, made a grotesque rendition of Destiny. In a separate response, Destiny challenges Shadman to make art of his 6-year-old son, as a jest. Quite the risky move, considering Shadman has made art of creators' children in the past. In how it was untypical for JonTron to debate politics and was receiving backlash, Destiny found that JonTron's supporters were more active than some of his regular political opposition. Quote, "I'm definitely not perfect. I've been a bit, quote-unquote, on edge over the past few days, receiving thousands of tweets from a ton of edgy Nazi/alt-righters. Lots of DMs, emails, waking up multiple times over the past few nights with my two-factor buzzing like crazy on my phone with people trying to hack my accounts.
Y'all going a little,
This
y'all
was
get too
the
crazy over
beginning of
politics,
Destiny's new
man.
level of notoriety. Twitter spats became
And opinions.
all the more
People get
common.
way too
Like
touchy
the
about that
screenshot
shit
of the tweet
nowadays.
chain that shows
I
Destiny
get it,
arguing
but
with
like,
the creator
damn,
of
dog.
Minecraft, who goes
Harassing
on
people
notch
is
about
crazy.
Destiny using racial slurs against individuals. Besides Destiny using racial slurs, another common piece of history that is shared to denounce him is one shared from a debate with Amos Yee, a person who would go to jail for grooming a teenager and possessing child images of an illegal nature. Before his crimes, there was a
Oh,
belief
yeah, he
that
looks
was
like
a troll because online he was suggesting that the age of consent should be at 7 years old and was spreading ideas of similar themes. Destiny, unsure of how earnest Amos
Okay,
was,
yeah, no, that
engaged
mod
in a
is
serious
absolute
debate,
crying
pushing
this
back
game.
on all Amos was saying except for the topic of CP.
Okay, let me go
stating
take
there
that
is
mod
a
out.
possibility that it could exist ethically.
I've seen a little bit of evidence on the pragmatic side, and it seems like an okay thing. I probably shouldn't say that, or it sounds bad, but like from what I've read, apparently men that are given access to child pornography have a higher chance of not actually committing pedophilic actions in real life.
Bro.
And I would argue that that would
Nah,
be
bro,
good.
that's
If you
not
can
the
prevent
take.
people from acting on those urges. That's something that should be explored for
That's
sure in a responsible
not.
environment.
The
No.
incest debate was another of these infamous conversations that to some are better left unexplored. Then again,
Right, like,
there are
some
those that seek
leave
out
it in the
personal
DMs, bro.
experiences for the sake of a new perspective, or just an understanding of that experience.
All right, let's find a traffic
Psychedelics
mod
are
that
a
won't
prime
blow my
example of
computer
this
up.
experience. It is hard to put into words, but there are basic understandings of the
don't know
risks
if that
of the
one
bad
will.
trip, an amplification of
Matter of fact, I'm
anxiety,
gonna decrease
panic,
priority.
and fear, in a realm without the control of any of it, all foreign to Destiny.
It's kind of weird. Up until I was like, I'm not trying to derail too much. Up until I was 30, I've never had any mental issue ever in my life. I've never had anxiety, depression, anything like that. I'm just a rock solid, stable mind.
Destiny is undoubtedly unique in how resistant he is to any of these negative feelings. Going through life without them crippling him in any sense can explain the tense environments he places himself in.
I'm slightly... I don't like to say this because it sounds really fucking edgy, but I think I'm slightly sociopathic in the way that I relate to people or don't relate to people, and the way that I deal with people.
You relate to
this has some
sociopaths and
repercussions
pedos.
in my personal life. I don't really have any close friends.
Kinda weird.
I don't really do relationships very well, and that's just a thing. But for my personal stuff, it's been an amazing asset. I can deal with an unlimited amount of personal
Yeah, it was
abuse.
that mod.
It doesn't really bother me.
Like, I say things like, so here's something that I would have said like 2
Back.
years ago. Like, I can read online
Yes,
hate,
we're
but it doesn't
back.
really bother me.
We're doing
I
it.
know
We're
when
driving.
People are saying good things about me. That's fine. That's their opinion. You know, it's whatever. Like, I say
I don't know if that actually
and it's
helps. That's the
true.
only thing I hate about this
The
game.
reason
Is
why it's
it
true
just
is
feels
because I don't
dead
respect
sometimes.
anybody. Like, I don't have anybody. Like, when you ask me, like, who would I want to meet? I don't want to meet anybody. I don't look up to anybody. I don't idolize anybody. I don't have like a hero or people that I like look up to and like think are super whatever. Like, that doesn't exist for me.
You have Destiny, a person who is emotionally distant, a perfect advantage for the space he is in, a disadvantage for those close to him. So what happens if you take this impenetrable individual and place him somewhere entirely foreign? One devoid of reason. Introduce him to things that he's never experienced all at once. This happened for a deceptively short period, mid-2018, because Destiny took mushrooms. Just
Oh,
how much,
no.
especially for his first trip, was shocking.
Because he was saying if you do 2, you can have like you'll see like the walls breathe, and it'll be like a kind of a cool experience. But if you do 3.5, you'll have like a full mushroom trip, and you'll have like the whole phases and blah, blah, blah.
bro.
And so I'm gonna do 3.5.
I can't deal with that
the whole
shit.
Bag, and then I ate it, and I was like, okay, cool. And I just remember feeling after 30 minutes, I was like, oh my god, I know what's gonna happen. I already know what's gonna happen. Nothing is gonna fucking happen because all of this is stupid bullshit. It's literally fucking mushrooms, and everybody on stream is gonna say like, oh, it's because you didn't try enough, and blah 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 blah. And I remember somebody saying that 5 grams was like a heroic dose, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll just eat 2 more bags. So I ate 7 more grams because it's
Bro.
fucking mushrooms or whatever. Who cares? And about an hour in, I remember seeing like colors on the wall.
10.5 grams. Not only was he
Jesus
excessive, but also the environment
Christ.
he was in was terrible for what he was about to endure.
I did everything the worst way possible. I was around people that I wasn't really comfortable with. I was in an unknown environment. I was on a completely empty stomach. I did my 10.5 grams pre-dosing.
Whatever barriers Destiny had to protect him from feelings of panic were no longer there. If they were,
No.
the voices that existed only in his reality would not have tormented him so much.
I remember thinking that this is actually what schizophrenia feels like. This is what it feels like to be
That
a
motherfucker took.
Not only
Bro, why?
Stop, they will talk
Why
about
would you
me
think that was
wanting
cool?
to make them stop. That before I even have the thought of not wanting them to talk, that they will talk.
Bro, that
about
I
me
don't even
not
do that with
wanting them to talk.
animals.
And how cute it was.
Like,
that I
yo,
thought that them talking
3
wasn't all coming
bags?
from my mind.
Destiny was stuck for what felt like an eternity.
That's what I want to comprehend. Like,
Stuck? That motherfucker is lucky to be conscious. Also, my traffic rolls are not.
like you still haven't decisively said that.
My traffic rolls are not itched.
And only a minute had passed. Like, it felt like I was experiencing eternities. And it would only tick by 1 minute at a time. And then I'd put the phone down and I would experience, like,
This traffic and smooth flow. No, I don't want that.
Destiny's sense of reality was so broken, he thought he was Rectful, the other streamer he was in the room with. There were a few things he did that won him the smallest grasp on reality.
making people very uncomfortable in real life.
Okay, the rush hour was not.
This is what I do when I'm dreaming to make sure that I don't lose grasp of reality. So like if there's an attractive girl, if I try to fuck the girl in my dreams, I'll always be able to. But if it's real life, I obviously would be able to. So like if I make a ridiculous request of a woman,
No, bro, that's not a setup. That's not a set. That's not the setup you want it to be.
and I remember that
That's not going down the lane you want it to go, brother.
along those lines, like come over here and lay on me or something, and then she would tell me I'm not really comfortable with that. And then like when she said that, it was like an explosion of lucidity to me.
Becca was Rectful's girlfriend at the time. Another moment that helped Destiny gain some control was going into the bathroom with Rectful.
Because I really thought I was you.
What the
I
fuck?
just showed him he wasn't me. So I had to get up with him.
Okay, right back, but I can still hear this.
Then you
Right
went to the
back.
bathroom.
I think I talked to myself.
You talked to yourself.
Oh my god.
And you called your friends on Discord too.
That was really bad. I shouldn't have done that.
Eventually, Destiny got through it at the cost of some sanity and energy.
So if I had the means to kill myself while in the darkest parts of that trip, I absolutely would have killed myself. 100%. I know I would have. Well, no. I can't say no I would have, but like that would have been the feeling. Were you like crying or your body couldn't express the emotions? When I actually finished the journey, I don't cry. It's just not something that I really experienced. I don't know how to explain that. It's really hard to explain. But when I came out, like, I think my eyes were like watery.
Yeah, no, bro's a fucking sociopath.
I was mentally and physically exhausted.
Little did he know, he opened a door that was difficult to close.
So like sitting on a couch and for no reason, my heart is just like fucking thumping in my chest and I don't know why. And I just feel very anxious. A few days of hardcore anhedonia. So like I feel like nothing can make me happy. I don't even want to get out of bed. I don't want to do anything to make me happy. I just feel kind of like worthless. Just like really weird stuff. Like I say weird, but unfortunately there are people that live with things like this. But yeah, I think it's just because
Hey, dude, you took like 3 bags of mushrooms.
I look back at these texts and
Like that's a permanent. That's a staycation, bro.
Saying shit like I'm a horrible person, like take Nathan away from me, I don't ever want to see him again, like I'm a horrible don't, blah blah blah. And it's like I'd never say anything like that in my life. I'm the most high driven, like confident person. It was like crazy to me to see it.
Entering 2019,
make sure it's
Destiny
not
as a
too
channel
loud.
and online content creator had exploded in popularity. Though it is difficult to say how well he was doing in the midst of mental problems caused by the mushrooms. In the very least, one positive for the moment was when he met Melina, a Swedish girl who was in an open relationship with Max, someone who went online as Acid Loveboy. It appears Max would pop into Destiny's chat stating how much Melina liked Destiny. This much was true. Melina even reached out to Destiny on Instagram.
And then I think he said in one
Give
of
me
his
the
videos
traffic.
that he had an Instagram and that he needed people to stop DMing him that wasn't cutie pies. And then I messaged him and said, am I a cutie pie? And then he replied in like 2 minutes. And then that's when I was in New Zealand. And I guess you wanted to escape America or like LA for a little bit?
Destiny steals a Swedish guy's girlfriend live on Twitch.
Bruh.
This is a just over 11-minute video cutting down a stream of Destiny and Melina flirting, with Max as a designated cameraman.
It's New
Bruh.
Zealand, it's not fucking America. But we're in Queensland. They could throw them out. I don't even think you guys hit them well. What? Do you think?
Is this
she's,
her
like,
idea
really-
of traffic?
Look, you can just like do this. Yeah. What's
Holy
that?
shit.
I need
don't
brutal
know, it's
levels
like-
of traffic.
She's very touchable.
At the
Okay.
end of the stream,
There it is.
Destiny is sitting on a couch
Mm,
in what
get the
appears
fuck
to be
over.
the hotel room that Max and Melina were staying
Please.
at. It is then that Max comes out to interact with Destiny.
You have a towel, that's right.
What do you want me to do with it?
You wanted a menu.
She's the one that's hungry.
Please drive.
I need to.
Sir. Sir.
I'm so tired.
Sir.
Is the shut up? Has the stream been on this whole time?
Yeah, because you put the camera there. I almost came out and started jerking off.
All right.
Scooch. Wait, can't you sit here? It's
No,
nice.
no, it's my stream. Today it's mine.
Okay, dude.
Destiny gets up to lead Max with the stream.
No, they closed the door to the bedroom. You know, guys, I'm gonna sleep on the couch with you. It's gonna be great. Actually, today I'm a real cock, you know?
The moans of Melina and Destiny can be heard at the end of the video.
Like, okay, so I would actually say like maybe like 20% of
What?
all the guys I've slept with has been good.
What?
20%.
No.
That's a pretty.
No. They both are getting thrown out the same day. Fuck
Melina
that.
had taken a liking to Destiny. She would eventually abandon Max and fly to reside in the United States to start an open relationship with Destiny, who was still growing online but talking to people like Jesse Lee Peterson.
That is crazy. Mr. Cop, please don't give me a ticket. You give me a ticket, I'm gonna run you out the road, bro. Oh, you might not have to. Oh my God.
I mean, it's her decision. It's her body, right?
Amazing.
That's how U.S. law works right now.
Amazing.
That wasn't even supposed to happen.
Beta.
I was joking.
2019 was the year of Destiny's first major manifesto. It is hard to pinpoint the exact origin of where this started, but one of the possibilities is in this late July 2019 stream.
Anybody else? Cor
Good thing I got millions of bucks.
Whoa! Hold on.
What? For the sake of this video, the word must be censored. That word being the N-word that Destiny supposedly accidentally said.
Wait, what did I say? Wait, link the clip. Did I actually? I didn't say anything bad.
You didn't mean to say it, but it sounded fucking real bad.
Destiny then listens back to what he said.
Oh my God! I'll be right back. I gotta delete the VOD.
There were people trying to get him banned
Delete
for
the
supposed
VOD.
slip up, but nothing much came of it. Not until
Nah, I
October
can't delete that,
2019.
bro-ham.
This is when a clip of Destiny admitting to saying the N-word all the time was being passed around. It appears Destiny was trying to get ahead of this by issuing DMCAs to the person spreading the clip. However, it was too late.
I'm gonna
The
unlock
clip was
this
out
too.
and the damage had been done, but there was even more damage to do. The year prior, specifically in November 2018, Destiny and streamer Trihex had started a new podcast,
ain't got nothing I
the
want.
DT podcast. Things were going relatively well until Destiny's controversy in 2019 that could not be ignored when it became a topic of conversation in the Rage Royale podcast.
That's my position on using certain types of humor or certain types of words publicly is I don't like to do it, and I don't think you should do it because people can take it in ways that you don't want them to.
That was a simplified version of Destiny's stance and his separation from saying the N-word in public and private.
Listen,
Trihex
we know
was
you
not
say it,
ecstatic
bro.
with Destiny. The participants could sense the tension.
Around me, I mean, if you think that like you can get
I need to
offended or you
sleep.
don't like something or not even get offended, but if you feel like something I say is like actually like a judgment to you or disrespectful to you in some private manner, I think that's
fuck it. I'll
completely
find a
for you
place
to
to
do.
sleep
That's
later.
fine. I understand your opinion there, but
Did I get the DT podcast canceled? No, this is something I would have talked to them about in private, but I'm just choosing to like because obviously my body language is implying I'm discomfortable currently, so I wanted to acknowledge it.
This topic followed Destiny everywhere, including Mindwave's podcast. Supposedly, the N-word discussion was not even on the topic list. Not
Damn.
for Destiny, at least. Two participants, namely Carmentine and Cole James Cash, did know beforehand and were excited to challenge Destiny on this position.
Enough about me, actually, and more about myself.
Oh, y'all gonna let me
represent
through?
something called the
Cool,
gangster
appreciate
left, meaning that, you know, I don't be playing nice, I don't do civility. If I feel that you acting foul, I'm gonna call you out on it. Whether it be Twitch, whether we face to face.
There were hints that this would be a topic of conversation. It was not until the 30-minute mark that it became clear it was.
Alright, well, let's move on to a more contentious subject, maybe. Maybe the most contentious subject tonight.
Nah, and now let me get away from it, bro. Bruh.
I'm sorry. Good one.
Let's fucking go.
Carmentine in particular appears to state in that clip, quote, "That's all I'm here for. Let's fucking go," unquote. Cole James Cash was not a particularly strong debater and was kicked from the podcast about an hour in. Carmentine stayed, cited studies and books, but did little to provide the information within the studies. Then things derailed further when the conversation became about who was qualified to have the conversation.
Hold on.
Lord.
You have to
This is just what I mean about white knighting. Like, just fucking.
Well, yeah, I've been black my entire life.
Who cares? Just because you're black doesn't mean you have a good stance on public use of language.
Well, yeah, from two
That's an inner circle thing, man. You can't judge that. I got white friends that say it all the time. It's like, whatever. But if someone reaches across the table and smacks you for saying the N-word, don't look for me to help you, my nigga.
Hassan, who had recently joined, gave credence.
Bro,
to
where the
Carmentine's
fuck is the
perspective.
traffic in this game? I actually might have to go like
for quarantine.
back to
that's important because
Dang,
the
there's no
conversation
traffic in
taking
here.
place is like the usage of a word that like actively and continues to harm people that look like quarantine. Like it's understandable that he's going to have a passionate reaction to this.
For context, Destiny and Hassan were at one point friends. Hassan, a political pundit who was trying to get into the burgeoning political streaming space that Destiny reigned over, received much support from Destiny, from giving him advice on how to debate, to visiting him in person to help with his computer. But the two came to a crossroads when it came to the presentation of information. Hassan would cover things inaccurately to help his arguments. He was not able to keep up with Destiny when it came to debates as
Hang
covered
on,
in
let me
one of
see
the
if I can
previous
find a
videos.
different mod.
Additionally, he was much further left than Destiny, which further soured the friendship that formed into a rivalry. That's why Destiny was so aggressive when it came to Hassan popping on this podcast.
Why would you bring this up when if I could show you, if I showed you that I did have a black friend that was cool with it, would you walk this whole argument back, or are you just trying to score brownie points?
No.
Is you-
Hold on,
okay,
hold on.
wait,
I want to understand.
This podcast ended up being a net positive for Destiny's image, even if he was receiving continual backlash for his statements. Destiny and Hassan had their own one-on-one, where Hassan promised that he would
Okay, I
not
do
talk
have
to
that.
Destiny again. Destiny also brought up Hassan talking to Trihex. It was the entirety of this controversy that killed the DT podcast. It was Trihex feeling disposable in that Destiny would care so little if the podcast died, and other elements involving his association with Destiny. Destiny did try to expand on the
Yeah, that's why I don't
public
deal with
element in
politics.
different
That shit
ways,
gets way
like
too
tying it to
messy.
something like consensual sex to the leaking of a video of the act, stating that they are worlds apart.
I guess to bring up some of the examples are relevant was bringing up, right? There might be like a form of like consensual sex.
This
that I
thing is
engage in.
killing my
I think it's a
computer.
lot different to say like, oh, like there's a lot of like,
There
there's a
you
lot
go.
of like things that I do behind the scenes that I wouldn't do publicly. I think that's a lot different than like releasing a video of like me having sex. I think these two things are worlds apart.
A side effect of this overarching discussion was Destiny's bleeding viewership. He claims this is from the realization of just how radical Hassan and Vosh, a different far-left
There it
streamer,
is. I
were.
know I got
As
brutal
such,
traffic
his
in here
public
somewhere.
distancing from the far-left views in combination of their sour ties inversely grew their audience. This chapter came to a close with Destiny's N-word manifesto. 4,228
Jesus
words clarifying
Christ.
Destiny's stances and how and why things ended up as they did. This was broken
Sounds
up
like
by events
Darkseid
and the
feels
individuals
writing like an
involved.
apology letter.
Destiny in the stream,
Like that would
written
ever
in the
happen.
manifesto, stated that he would not be doing something similar ever again.
I'm never gonna do a write-up like this again. I don't have the time. I don't have the patience. I don't have the energy.
This was a lie. Destiny over the years would make other manifestos multiple times larger than this one. The following two were on Bob 7, a person who got close to Melina. A different one of a similar tone was Mr. Girl. The commonality between these two is they try to expose Destiny as a manipulator and sexual deviant. Destiny, with his own manifesto, focused on their own manipulative nature. While these are too dense to cover in this video, there are stand-up
That's
claims.
4,000
Conversation
words.
about there were a few girls we talked to. It was like, oh cool, like we should record videos of like us fucking shit and send it to people. Like it's fun. So we do this.
There we go. Now we got some
I
traffic
kind
in
of,
this
have
bitch.
like my little archive of like Coomer material that I'll send to people if I want to. There were girls that I talked to past that I'd send stuff of like either me or me and Melina. And Melina talked to me and she was like, hey, if you're gonna send any videos to new girls that we haven't talked about, like let me know that first.
Bob 7 claimed that Destiny was recording women without their consent, which is why Destiny revealed he had a bank of videos. In terms of archives for sexual purposes,
Jesus.
he had more than just that.
But like to continually compliment a person, like after that, it's really fucking hard for me to do. It feels like I don't like I have to remember to do it. Like okay, I need to say these compliments to these people. At one point I had like a spreadsheet where it's like there are these 4 people that I know and I need to say these compliments to them every day. But I stopped that because it was too much to keep track of. Because it feels like that's like people do that to each other. Where
It
they
sounds like a
You have to
narcissist.
say like, oh, you like you, or you're pretty, or check up on whatever. I can't do that.
What does that mean? What's this Excel spreadsheet? Let's hear about it.
Okay, I have a sheet with all the people that I'm currently talking to, and then their name is either green, yellow, or red. Red means that for whatever reason, there's no chance of me hooking up with this person in the near future. Yellow means probably, but there's some dumb shit or drama going on, and it probably shouldn't. And then green usually means like this person is clear for takeoff. And then I have them all organized by geography, so depending on where I'm going,
This nigga.
or whatever, that's my sheet.
My boy got a
Destiny's
pimp
were
sheet.
becoming more public, especially with Melina leaking his tendencies.
Bro.
Does Destiny have a hairy ass? Just tell me the truth.
Why would you want to know that?
Get near his ass.
And you think
Why
this
would you
guy's
want to
gay?
know?
You said he's a bit bicurious. He's not bicurious.
Nah, he likes sucking dick. He doesn't want he doesn't want.
What?
Go back 2 seconds. What did you say? He
Right,
likes
you can't skip that.
He likes to suck dick, but he doesn't want his dick sucked by other guys.
This coming out did not seem to bother Destiny whatsoever. It's when his finances
Bro,
were in jeopardy
what?
that a real panic set in. In late 2020,
Hey,
after 10
yo.
years on the platform, Destiny was departed from Twitch. The reason is thought to be because of this comment made in the unrest of 2020.
The rioting needs to fucking stop. And if that means like white redneck fucking militia dudes out there mowing down dipshit protesters that think that they can torch buildings at 10 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
then at this point they have my fucking blessing.
All over
Holy
buildings?
shit, this fucking shit
All
needs
over
to
some
stop.
buildings?
It needed to stop a long time ago.
You'll be alright.
Like, holy fuck.
This is possibly why Destiny now streams on YouTube, as they have more lax rules.
Yeah, they allowed
was another
Darkside
very
Phil to stream
stressful
for
moment
17
for
years.
Destiny.
I drank a lot, had a big panic attack, sorted all my feelings out, but then, yeah, day 2, it's time to figure out what we're gonna do.
Literally have a panic attack?
Destiny can now be found streaming on YouTube. Suffering only a steep drop in revenue, he continued to grow where he could. There would not be much to say on Destiny if he continued to focus on his career and limit his sexual escapades. But the reality is, he did not. And going forward,
That nigga sound like
virtually
a
all Destiny's
certified
large controversies
hornball.
would involve the people he slept with, betray the trust of, and approach knowing the consequences would be lasting.
Okay, I don't know why you're pushing this narrative, okay? This is your whole fucking world of, this is your world of shit show that you have going on there.
That was Dan Saltman, a friend of Destiny's, reprimanding Destiny for continuously messaging a woman that goes online as Anna Noir. Anna was a streamer and a psychology student. She had conversations with Destiny, and the two eventually slept together. This was revealed on stream. It was also apparent that Anna was not entirely stable, or at minimum had leaps in logic. She would attempt to use her incomplete
Oh, Lord, you
education
jumped
to
in
convince
crazy.
Destiny and other friends of things that were a stretch, to say the least.
Me and Anna are perfectly fine. She is not.
Oh, sorry, bro. I'm about to clip your truck.
She's not a stalker. We have had.
All right, one more thing.
Publicly, where there's been name calling.
I
on
think
both
it's going
sides,
to be
but
the
you know
rain.
what?
That rain feels like it's causing too much stutter.
All of that, we've all made mistakes, and we're all moving on from it.
This did not do much to calm things, as Anna confronted
I
Destiny
love the way
on
Joon
stream.
edits
You know
this.
what's funny? Anna thinks I'm sweet. She thinks you're very, very, very manipulative. So be careful, okay? And you guys need to end it today, like right now.
Stop! He's not telling the context. He's not telling
There we
the
go.
context. I was scared. Please stop telling me that I didn't feel that way, Steven. I did. That's how I defend myself. Why do you say these things different publicly, Steven, privately? Why didn't you say you wanted to talk to me, Steven? Why do you act like you didn't? Stop acting like that. Why would you sext me then constantly for months if you didn't want to talk to me? Why would you call me princess? You knew that I would respect it.
Anna, when somebody blocks you on 2 different platforms and doesn't respond to any messages, what do you think
But
that means?
Steven, that's because you said we were fighting, though.
No, I didn't. We didn't talk at all. I just blocked you.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the
What
silent
the
treatment,
fuck?
though.
Oh my god. Okay.
Destiny leaves the call.
She
shortly
sounds a little
after that
crazy.
comment.
I'm
Without
not
all
gonna
the
lie.
information available, it is
Oh.
impossible to break down the highly dense history of
Yeah.
Anna and Destiny. Even lengthy lore posts that attempt to categorize all that happened have missing information. To give a simple
I
summary,
feel like they're both
Anna
dark.
slept with Destiny late 2020, under the guise that it would become something
got-
more than casual. She also wanted
He
to
got
keep
his-
it a
he got-
secret,
he got
but
addicted
she
too many
allegedly
bots, yo.
screamed from the hotel room Destiny was staying at.
Fine, be that way.
Additionally, Destiny never expressed commitment to a relationship, only that he would not burn the bridge with her. On Discord, Anna continued to express a desire for a closer relationship. Frustrated at the lack of an emotional relationship, she also passed heavy judgment on Destiny's choice to be in an open relationship, and labeled him as narcissistic and cold. Further
I mean, he
Discord
does
leaks
get to sound
demonstrate
like
Anna's dedication to get a response from Destiny.
But she
Often
also
firing off
seems super
multi-paragraph
fucking crazy.
messages over the course of several days, back to back, even without a response.
And super
from Destiny.
possessive. I don't
She
think
also
she-
told Destiny that acting cold towards someone when angry
She's one of
is
those people
coercive
that doesn't
control.
need to be in like an open relationship. An open relationship is not for everybody. Like that.
In a differently,
She sounded like she
social
could not
media
handle that
platform,
shit.
This style of conversation continued with Destiny occasionally responding with a desire to disengage. In August of 2021 is when Destiny revealed he was still talking to Anna to smooth things over. Then, it was a month later that the infamous Zerka stream took place. After that, Waffles, an acquaintance of Anna,
I missed
came
a
out with
lot.
her experience with Anna.
From the surgery,
Yeah.
my doctors told me to not talk to her because I ended up with like a stress injury in my abdomen that's related to psychological stress. She told me that I was doing things that are completely abnormal, and I was doing them because of my personal trauma, that they were trauma symptoms. Like me saying that I wanted to take a break from talking to her. She said that like that was because I have a avoidant attachment.
That was Waffles talking about her experience with Anna, even through her apparent instability and through the recommendations of not just Dan, but also
I swear to
Destiny's
God, it will
community
not
at
stop raining in
large.
this game.
Destiny continued to talk to her, supposedly in an attempt to get her to disengage. Then, 2 months later, in October 2021, she released a Google Doc explaining her side of things. Here she claims, quote, "He is lying when I said I quote-unquote stalked him. If this were the case, why did he send novel-length DMs of sexual fantasies and pic/video exchanges to me from May through September 2021? I can't show these DMs?" Unquote. This is important for two reasons. First is, while Destiny portrayed the narrative that he was trying to distance himself from Anna, he was still actively flirting with her. Second, Destiny on November 1st, possibly in relation to that line, stated, quote, "Tell Anna if she leaks any of my sexting, I will have some pics to share, Pepe laugh." What I meant, pics about our DMs, guys. Pepe laugh.
Why is that music playing?
Some may have read this as Destiny holding explicit images of Anna over her head. Little was it known that Destiny had a library of videos and images of the women he had slept with that went far beyond just Melina, and was seen more than just by the eyes of Destiny. Destiny's actions in 2022 would echo louder and louder until it was deafening. This is all tied to a singular point and conversation. It begins when Destiny starts messaging a Twitter user known as Rose is Coming. Destiny began messaging her allegedly before they started selling content. This is also shortly after Melina and Destiny got married. Quote, "I'm just so stupid. I fell in love with another woman, but the two at a time thing is bothering her way more than she let on, and it looks like she's maybe ready to move on because of it. If I had known sooner, I would have moved faster, but there is so much random/stupid/dumb fuckery backstory to this. I am just a fucking idiot, and on top of all that, I see her in like 2 days. And I'm stuck at this fucking airport today, and my flight was fucking cancelled. I can't eat because my stomach is in knots all day. Just a really grand old time. How has your day been, Rose?" Rose prods, asking who this woman could be. Destiny states, quote, "Fucking Lauren, man. Am I so stupid?" By Lauren, he means Lauren Southern, a once popular online figure who he is politically diametric from. According to Brittany Simon, Destiny began seeing her during Lauren's divorce.
During this time and during this divorce, somewhere along that timeline, there was an affair. And this affair got messy.
Shameless plug, because my girlfriend makes merchandise. Yeah. I want these bad boys together. I swear, we're gonna get it set up to where you guys can order custom made shirts. That's our local weed dispensary. Shout out to those guys. Hey, good shit. Okay. Gonna try those out then. Shameless plug, but yeah, we'll have that set up to where people can order customized shirts.
One,
literally can
because
put anything
Destiny's now
together.
ex-wife didn't know it was happening. And even though they claimed to be in an open relationship, there was a lot of lying and deception that occurred. According to them, he had kept the affair secret and kept telling her that all of this time he was sleeping with Lauren Southern, meeting up with her, collabing with her, and planning to leave his now ex-wife for her.
But this did not go through. Lauren became disinterested in Destiny, which is when he went back to Melina. Quote, and she ended up finding a guy and getting semi-serious in like 2 weeks. I am so mindfucked. Destiny in the past has stated he was above sharing these intimate details.
I never, ever, 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 ever will share problems that I'm having with my current significant other, or try to shit talk or like.
Nah, that was a lie. He did it.
Rose at this time, according to her profile, was 18. The reason this matters is Destiny in the past has gone on about his certainty to be unattracted to teens.
Nothing will turn you off faster. As somebody that has a fucking house, that has a career, that has a job, that has lived his own life, than to sit down in a restaurant and put your back to two motherfuckers that are talking about, I don't know what class I'm gonna take. Oh my god, the professor is such an annoying piece of shit, and my mom stopped paying my car.
This nigga talking about schoolgirls.
For me to understand that I will not be attracted
who
to
the fuck
teenagers
talks like that?
going into my fucking 30s.
Destiny, at the time of talking to Rose, was 33 years old. This is not the only clip that exists of this nature.
When you're 19, you're a little kid, okay? Now, if you're 22, a 19-year-old's not a kid to you, okay? I'm 29. A 19-year-old might as well be a 15-year-old to me. It's all the fucking same, dude.
I mean,
don't give me this fucking.
you gotta
just
stand
because
by
of some
that,
legal
though.
age of consent, whatever bullshit. I have about as much in common with like an 18-year-old, 19-year-old
Fuck, I need to
fucking
pull over
freshman
somewhere and
in
get some
school
sleep.
as I would a fucking sophomore in high school. Any type of inclination towards any of those people is really fucking weird.
This brings the
Where
question
am
as to
I?
why Destiny was so forward with Rose with this information, especially with the consideration on how Destiny views people that young, including Melina as too young and inexperienced with life. A possibility is it could be part of strategy he no longer uses.
I used to do all this shit in my like early mid-20s. So when I see it. It's very, very, very easy, right? It's very easy to pick something out like this, okay? Let me walk you through a type of interaction that you can have with somebody, okay? If I'm trying to get somebody to be a lot, what you do is you show vulnerability to somebody, but it's actually a false vulnerability. You make it look like you're very vulnerable, you're very sensitive, you're very on edge. Anything they say could push you over. You don't really have even control of your own emotion right now, but you're actually very in control. Where I talk about how hard it is for me to let people to get close to me. And I feel like I want to trust this person a lot, but it's really, really, really hard for me to get to that level where I feel like I can kind of share something. But if they're willing to...
He's a narcissist. Jesus.
If I'm going to open up to them, I just hope that they understand
I can feel it.
that level of vulnerability that I'm showing is something
I
that
can feel
they
it.
can appreciate, because I don't show that to everybody. You can do shit like that, and when somebody hears that in their mind, they're thinking like, holy shit, like he's showing something so special, like, yeah, I do trust you. And in their mind, they're in charge of the interaction. They feel like they're the one that is like, holy shit, I need to take care of this person here. And they feel like they're the ones that are making the decision to actually get close to you in that situation. This is something that Max does a lot to people, and it's a really effective way.
That was Destiny talking about Mr. Girl. As for the bombshell, the reason this conversation would become increasingly relevant is because Destiny, in sharing his sexual interests with Rose, sent her lewd videos of himself with other women, some of Melina, and some of Pixie, without Pixie's consent. Pixie is a woman who is in the online political space.
Yeah, no, my boy's out there slanging it. Good God.
She took place in the Mind Waves podcast with Destiny.
Right, when it comes to like sex, right, that's a very consensual one-on-one thing that usually doesn't bleed out to other aspects of your life. We know here that like just like when it comes to like racist ideology or racist beliefs or like misogynistic thoughts, like it does bleed out. There's like study after study after study after study.
Damn, I need a sleep
At one
station
point,
bad.
Pixie's father expressed her happiness with Destiny being her friend. This was a ticking time bomb, but for the time being in 2022, there were other issues at hand, and many manifestos to write. This is something that Destiny loves.
So I get anxious or excited, like when I'm writing manifestos or people trying to end my career or whatever. For me, generally, that's an exciting feeling. I enjoy like the movement forward and the challenges and everything is like very exciting to me.
Keffels was his largest opponent.
Keffels, God, I've heard that name.
One that was supposedly responsible for getting Destiny permanently banned from Twitch. The most Destiny had to go off of was this email that claimed it was due to hate speech. This is something that Keffels celebrated. Destiny was already getting much flack this year for doing things like debating white nationalist Nick Fuentes. While Destiny highlights the importance of pushing back on these ideas directly, others are displeased in platforming people with said ideas. As for Keffels, the manifesto was released and covered October 1st, 2022.
Jesus.
Kethel's, a case study on internet terrorism and mass media manipulation.
It took Destiny about 3 hours to go through the entirety of this manifesto. It goes over how Keffels would readily accept slanderous lies about her opposition with little to no evidence, how she possibly encouraged harassment in order to point it out and raise more money, and how that money that was meant to be used for a lawsuit was
Whoops.
instead
Oh
used for
shit, I was supposed to get off that exit.
bathtub hormones
Fuck.
for minors. The last segment goes over the many instances
Ooh,
of
I was
Keffels
supposed to get off
being
at that
a very
exit.
aggressive online bully, and doing the things she was annoyed that
Ooh,
people did
I
to
missed
her,
my exit.
such as
Fuck.
doxing. Not all of Destiny's controversies were as large as exposing him
That's
as a
not good.
manipulator. One that took place in 2021 was
That's not
coming
good.
back late 2022.
Every single person on the internet, okay, that is pushing NFTs is just trying to find a bigger sucker. That's it. That's all it is.
Basically.
Every one of them. NFTs are the
Hey,
Zoomers
NFTs are the
Amazon. That's all
dumbest
it
thing
is,
that ever
bro.
happened.
Like, it's the exact same shit. Yeah, you're buying some worthless fucking shit with the hopes you can
Please
pawn it
merge,
off on
please
some other
merge.
loser in the future who thinks they can pawn it off on somebody else. It's all fucking pyramid scheme bullshit. That's what it is.
This contrast of Destiny quite literally stating anyone who is pushing an NFT is trying to find a bigger sucker, to then doing it did not look great. Yet,
Jesus
there is a
Christ.
difference in Destiny not expressing his NFTs as something that is guaranteed to increase in value or the like. It was directly after the
Bro, stop
Mr.
break checking me.
manifesto that
Bye,
Destiny had a new
bye,
target.
bye,
Someone that late
bye,
2022 was
bye,
criticizing him for his
bye.
contradictory claims.
Based on your experience.
You know what? I gotta clip
being
that.
A person who says don't do it, but then you do it because
Oh
you
my
can make
God.
money. You're someone who has no integrity.
The
Yes,
actual
you
beast.
should not be a leader and not be giving advice because you're clearly a money-hungry scammer. Is that an answer to your question?
This person, for about 30 minutes, was hammering Destiny with observations or claims that had little to no evidence. It was not until Destiny asked a single question that had things change drastically.
Ask you a question. Do you know what an NFT
Real
is?
quick, real quick,
No. Hold on. You just went on a whole spiel. You're not gonna engage. He's actually not gonna critically engage at all. He's just gonna play. He's just gonna play a chimped clip. And then he's going to say that's yeah. So in order to have a conversation with you, I need to make sure that you're intellectually.
And you fucked around and found
So
out.
I can answer your question.
Okay.
And when it's your turn to talk, I will be silent out of respect.
Go for it.
Now, you clearly had no background. I'm helping you out with an answer. You asked, do I know what NFTs are? Not only do I know what NFTs are, is he playing music right now?
Oh, I'm just waiting for you. I was waiting for you to answer. You're gonna say the answer?
Triggered. He's truly triggered.
Okay, no, that's cool. I'll chill away. Go ahead.
You are? He can't even have a proper conversation. He's basically like storming off. This is what happens on Maury when they say, you're not the father, and the chick just storm off.
Oof.
Wow. He's mad angry. He asked me a question I didn't want to hear the answer.
Were you gonna tell me what an NFT is?
This guy's angry. Now listen.
Go ahead.
Can I get over here?
Conference here.
Oh, he's
And
not.
This person does not know what an NFT is, and his refusal to acknowledge this created quite the event that viewers more than happy to participate in.
Charlie said, you're...
Damn.
Okay, we're gonna read this. You're sounding really insecure avoiding this debate. You're making us on the right look really bad.
I need.
Oh no, the psyops.
I need sleep.
Pete Crawley said peace to the
I think there's only one way to get there.
Real clout is at the end of this, hopefully.
Yeah, no, the thing is, like, he wants to distract, and I won't let him distract. Like, he asks, like, silly questions. Like, what's an NFT? Like, that's just silly. Like, it's completely irrelevant.
Come on, bro.
Destiny's lack of engagement and waiting for an answer to what an NFT is, viewers began to call in.
Yeah. So I mean, but there's fears for there's like a phobia for basically everything. So there's like a phobia.
No, there's not a phobia for everything.
There's like a phobia for like explanations.
And we actually get some movement up here in
So
traffic?
people will try to dodge explanations, kind of like you tried to dodge the NFT thing earlier.
No, was that the actual point?
So I told him, like,
Jesus
enough
Christ.
Tea, like enough tea, like NFT, like what is an NFT? What is an NFT?
Real quick, can you guys stop trying to join the chat because
like the indoctrination that he does online is just really pathetic.
Okay.
I think it's really ridiculous.
I know I asked for
And he
more
actually also
traffic.
doesn't know what an NFT is. So I was wondering if you could explain it to me.
I'm about to do this number right here.
These guys are awesome. I like these guys.
Fuck
This
that.
was the rest of the stream. Viewers continue to call in, virtually all to troll. Moments like these are what Destiny is known for, but not all sway in his favor.
Beep beep.
No.
Ooh. Sorry.
Uh-oh. Mel time. It's Mel time.
Daddy's got places to be.
So we're just doing salsa or just one?
Oh my lord. Oh my lord. I got it. Hell yeah.
I was on footage for his next cuck video on me. Thanks. I see what's going on here.
Oh my god, he let his wife dance with another man.
It was
this is what I
2023 when his
need.
relationships and the secrets of them started
need
to bleed
sleep.
into the world.
Okay, hang on.
Clearly, because I can't drive.
Directly, answer it directly. Did
I'm
you
trying to
fuck
find
Lauren
somewhere to
Southern?
park.
It's hard to say for sure because
Just answer the question. Did you
Got
have
it.
sex?
I'm gonna be late as shit, but we got it.
Quote, I'm not gonna quote unquote nuke Melina or anything, but the last 2 months and 2 weeks have been a massive mindfuck to me, unquote. Quote, when I visited Sweden last, he gave Mel an ultimatum to divorce me and threatened to redact himself when she didn't do it. Among 20 other abusive / manipulative things he's done, and endlessly make excuses for him, so I'm out. Destiny and Melina were getting a divorce. What's more, the rumors about him sleeping with Lauren were in circulation. To quickly summarize the divorce, Melina had a tax issue and the Swedish government took her passport, so she was stuck in Sweden and Destiny in the US. It was here that she fell for someone else, which is when their relationship truly started to fall apart. Destiny
Please let me in, please let me in, please let me in.
was apparently still unhappy with
Appreciate
what
it.
happened with him and Lauren.
Probably didn't respect you. Yeah, there was no respect, obviously. But I don't think this person respected anyone in their life. I don't think they knew what respect was. So, yeah. It's funny when people call me cheating. It's like, no, I haven't. The only thing that I'm guilty of is probably feeling like I was drowning in something that was making me very unhappy. And the only way out for me was to legit find someone that could take care of me.
Melina and Destiny did not end on good terms, and both parties had much to say.
So
about
you
the
can't
other.
take care of yourself? What
2024
kind of shit was
Destiny,
that?
Following this divorce was the year that things went off the
What?
rails, both in terms of Destiny's aggressive nature online and the leaks coming out. May 10th,
You don't need that, do you?
2024
Nah,
marks
don't
the
look at me
start
like
of a
that.
new
You don't need
level
that.
of hatred for
You
Destiny
got
on
this.
Twitter.
You're a
This
strong
started
woman.
small with a comment about the streamer Ludwig.
Drive.
Destiny saying he tries
I'm
as
not
hard as
checking my
possible
mirrors.
to
Fuck that.
appeal to the widest set of people possible. Ludwig responds with an image of 50 Cent.
Bro,
that
you
in
gonna let
turn
me?
is
You
a
gonna have to let
reference
me
to
out.
this.
You gonna have to let me out, bro. You gonna have to let me out. Thank you. I don't know how I drive in England, but y'all gonna let me out.
I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?
Ludwig received 46,000 likes to Destiny's 6.4 thousand likes. Then, Destiny quote tweets this with an image of Ludwig's girlfriend, to which Ludwig responds, quote, yes, that is a picture of my girlfriend who I love. How is your wife? The previous tweet had a ratio of 7.1 times more likes in favor of Ludwig. This set of tweets, with Destiny at 11,000 likes
Please,
and Ludwig
please,
at
please.
145,000, is at 13.1 times more likes in favor of Ludwig.
I'm getting in here,
as
bro.
he does with dissenting audience members, was banning anyone criticizing him over these tweets. There was
Damn.
more to this chain of events. Alongside Hassan's typical replies to Destiny were far more aggressive ones from different creators.
He's saying is on site, you know, we all have different ways that we react, you know? So I would like him to come to TwitchCon and we'll see what happens. I have enough, I can afford all the lawyers.
Goes out and just
Spicy.
says the N-word, which is not a surprise because he said the N-word on stream with his own face. Can somebody just like, it would just be so easy to just, it will save, like, solve all of our problems. Like, we would have socialism now at this point, right? We would have socialism at this point if someone just went out of their way and
Damn, bruh.
it would be so easy.
This was nothing
You
compared
do
to
it.
the hate Destiny would get in July for his tweets about the Trump assassination attempt, where the stray bullet killed a rally attendant. Here he tweets, quote, all I see is Biden up +1 in Pennsylvania, unquote, implying all he cares about
Damn,
is that
bruh.
it's one less vote for Trump. This sparked tremendous outrage, with Destiny continuing to double down. It got
Destiny
so large
wilding the
that
fuck
it even
out.
got back to the owner of Twitter, Elon Musk, who then demonetized Destiny's Twitter account. This was
Bruh.
hardly a consequence, considering Twitter's remarkably low advertiser earnings compared to other social media websites. On that note, Destiny, likely because of his comments, was suspended from Kick. Even Nathan, Destiny's son, now received an indefinite ban on Twitch. It was attached to
Damn.
Destiny, but not because of the recent turmoil.
I'd be mad
It
as shit
was
if I
because
got
of his
banned on
split
Twitch because of
with
my
him
daddy
and
being
AD
stupid.
Gunn.
Destiny is so cooked.
Yep. Can drive and watch.
To clarify, Nathan said cooked, not cucked. but the internet heard it as slander, which made the clip all the more entertaining. As for his channel, as a result of all the recent drama, not only was he not seeing a dip in performance, it was actually growing more and more per month.
A lot of the reasons why people
Maybe I need to go do something stupid on the internet.
Directly to Twitter. Like, the only reason the JonTron conversation happened was because I had a Twitter and I poked him. The only reason I talked to, like, Dick
did I miss my
bullshit,
turn? So I'm running my mouth.
Martin
I'm watching.
Shkreli, a lot of these people literally came through, like, kind of these Twitter conversations.
Oh, shit.
And yeah, losing access to that.
Did I
has been
miss it?
insanely
I
fucking
did.
damaging for me.
Oh, I don't need
This
this.
all
I don't need
appeared
that
to be
anymore.
part of his grand strategy of being more inflammatory.
Ugh.
This is still
I don't need that
Destiny's
anymore. I
way of
forgot.
getting his name out there. He was even on Piers Morgan to defend his position on his recent comments. Though it may have appeared that this was part of Destiny's strategy, this scope of anger was something he would hardly toy with. There was a crack in the more erratic side of Destiny that was finally being exposed, exemplified by this deranged comment about a different creator.
He's way more interested in them or what other weird shit like pedo operator and the other guy.
Okay, why
How
are
do
you calling
you,
them pedophiles?
dude, that's a
I
cuck?
don't know.
Why are you a cuck?
Or never mind, I do know.
I don't think you can talk shit if you're a
appreciate
cuck.
it when spineless hack cuck cum swallowing fucks like this, okay, that jerk off to porn.
That's
I don't
you.
appreciate it when they try to
Why are you saying
rewrite.
Kinda.
I don't like it when they rewrite history or interactions with me because they lack the spine to say, I don't agree with what this guy says, but he's a decent guy in real life, okay? So if we're just in a world where we're just gonna make shit up and say whatever the fuck we want about a guy, oh, well then, you know, I'm just gonna talk about the time I was eating breakfast with him and I saw pedo operator pull out his fucking porn on his fucking phone and, you know, spank went out right there in the
What
fucking
the
restaurant
fuck?
next
Whoa.
to
This isn't okay. This is not even. This
I'm
is
on
not the
Trump
same
breakdown.
thing. This is not the same thing, though. These are not equivalent lies.
Yeah, I think they are.
Destiny was displeased at donut operator denouncing him for his recent tweets when prior to this they were cordial.
Why are you calling him a fucking pedophile?
So the fact that he sat with me, the fact that I chatted with him and his son, we all had a really good time, okay? The idea that my girl showed more attention, so he's also making cuck jokes, okay? And then for him to say that I took advantage of their hospitality when I think I footed the bill for like a $400 or $500 breakfast? Fuck this guy. No, this is cringe. And people like this deserve to be shamed and humiliated and are fucking cringe.
Destiny,
I
the person
mean-
who previously touted his gift of being able to separate himself emotionally from people, including former friends, was not doing so. He was
Yeah, I
acting
was losing his
irregularly,
edge.
making incomparable judgments. This was the worst time for the ticking time bomb to go off, and it finally did in November. It begins with Brittany Simon on the 15th releasing a video confirming Destiny had an affair with Lauren Southern. Then on the 19th, Melina mentioned it. On the 20th, the actual Discord messages between Destiny and Lauren and Destiny and Rose started to leak. They were leaked in larger quantities.
Once you
than
get
readers.
leaks,
One was known as
it's
President Sunday.
brutal.
Then on the 29th came the point of no return. A selection of lewd images and videos were leaked, namely to Kiwi Farms. One video was a pixie performing fellatio on Destiny. This all came from Rose's Discord account. Whether hacked
Hey,
or through
yo.
Rose is unknown. As for where in the messages it happened, quote, ooh, there was a girl once. She was young, so she was kind of new and wasn't that good. But she would hold on to me and tongue the head a lot, which actually ended up feeling good, lol. But no cum shot. Do you want that vid? Unquote. Rose responds, quote,
I like how the
"Love it,
music just
oh,
randomly
geez,"
dropped.
Unquote. Destiny
I
then
don't know if
sends
that's a
a
game
video
or the-
that would create unrest in Destiny's, but more so Pixie's life. Pixie, a few days later with the leaks out, had a conversation with Destiny with the agreement that they would deny it was her in the video. This became more difficult as so many people went to Kiwi Farms to view the leaks that it crashed the site. It is important to note that there was a larger interest in the leaked relationship between Destiny and Lauren Southern, and a different video of Destiny performing fellatio on a man. Pixie, with the increase in volume of people probing her, on December 11th told Destiny that she was going to end herself due
Destiny
to the
out there
leaks.
living it.
Quote, I'm just tired of living
My
it.
boy Goon.
It's a matter of time until my family discovers what happened, and I feel like there is no way to obtain justice. I don't want to bring a case against you, but I think you'll continue to send nudes of people even without their consent. Unquote. Destiny, through a different source, stated Pixie did not have the intention of doing such a thing.
And the messages here that she had been sending to President Sunday, Aaron says she was threatening to him, but she told me this wasn't serious. It was just to get his attention.
Pixie, as 2024 ended and 2025 began, started to form a legal case against Destiny. On January 20th, President
They
Sunday
playing
made
with
a video
fire,
on
bro.
the matter. He criticized Pixie for what was perceived as extortion instead of going public through a lawsuit. Except she was filing a lawsuit. She was only silent about it. She has good enough evidence towards this case, like Destiny
That nigga about to
acknowledging
get
his
caught.
wrongdoing when the video leaked. Quote, I'm so sorry, there's literally zero excuse. I'd have phone convos and stuff with this person, they were fairly close to me. It's worthless to say it at this point, but I'm super sorry. There's literally no excuse. Other women
Oh
were
shit,
coming
please
out
don't
as
crash,
well,
please don't crash.
one stating that she was recorded without consent and that the video was also shared without consent. Pixie, on top of starting a fundraising
Yeah,
campaign
Destiny
for the
sounds like
lawsuit,
he's
stated,
cooked.
Quote, I've received countless messages of women
Sound like he
informing
went to
me
a
that they
Diddy
received
party.
pornographic content from Destiny. Content they now believe wasn't made or sent with consent. With all this coming out, Destiny was taking a short break from
Is this a-
streaming, but not from tweeting.
Yeah,
On
get the
January
fuck over.
27th, he tweeted, quote, Korean barbecue is a little overrated, but I've always loved the short rib at this place. The Korean barbecue's name is Goon Barbecue. Goon or gooning is slang for being in a highly aroused hypnotic state, where poor decisions are typically made. This tweet was not well received, and to that, what appears to be his own son, quote, tweeted, Holy shit, log off and take a break from the internet. This was also the same day that his streaming break ended, and so on January 27th, he returned. His stream opened
When your
with
kid
a few
tells you to
seconds
stop
of the
gooning,
Dr. Disrespect song in
you
relation
got a
to his own
problem.
canceling.
Even assuming if I did do the worst things possible and you still wanted to watch my content, in your mind, the process should be like a separate the art from the artist, or it should be a man, he fucked up really bad, if those things were true that have been said publicly.
For the time being, Destiny stated he could not say much due to the impending lawsuit, but was talking in vagueness, asking people to not defend him for his alleged actions, but if they were true, to consider separating the art from the artist. In February, in response
he's
to
cooked.
Nicholas Deorio
That sounds
stating that
guilty.
Destiny should not have a career or be a respected political creator after what he did to Pixie, tweeted that he will respond with more substance when he can, and that if people really cared, they would go after places like Kiwi Farms that is actively hosting the material, to which Deorio responded, quote, Kiwi Farms wouldn't have Pixie's files if you didn't share them without her consent.
That
You
bar.
pathetic freak. Destiny responds at some point, stating that he did not admit to anything, to where Deorio responds with a screenshot of an admission to damage. Quote, obviously I have severely, at the very least, psychologically damaged her. Covering therapy or whatever is a minimum. 9 days later, on February 18th, the lawsuit was filed and posted. It claims that 15 women reached out to tell her that they received sexually explicit images from Destiny of other women without the other women's consent. Quote, 3 of these women also tell plaintiff that Bonnell deleted their chat threads after January 23rd, 2025, unquote. This lawsuit also seeks, quote, punitive damages in amount no less than $1 million.
Oh, yeah, he
Finally,
cool.
on February 20th, 2025, Destiny addressed this lawsuit. He summarized the events while questioning Pixie.
Please don't try and get in my lane, bro.
And was able to catch her in a lie.
Pixie would send messages to people to tell them that she had
Bro,
never
you
sent
pulling somebody
videos
else over. How you
of
gonna
other
give me a
people
speeding
to me
ticket?
Before, and she portrayed herself in her Substack as though I was the first person to ever suggest this to her, and I was the first person she ever recorded material with.
Whoops.
I
They
know
hit
she's
somebody.
Messaged people with stuff like this. This statement,
Oh, y'all
and
niggas are just
implication,
sitting here,
however,
bro.
are both false. She'd sent me videos of her and other guys multiple times prior to us ever meeting and requested material from me as well. It was
I don't have
also
time.
her
I
who
don't have
suggested
time. I don't have
multiple
time.
times that we record
Learn to
stuff when we met
drive.
later in 2020.
Destiny did
Christ.
not know if the other party had consented. Pixie has stated on Twitter that the other party did consent. Regardless, Destiny uses this to make this argument.
No point in any of these conversations did Pixie ever mention having explicit consent from any of these other men to share these videos with me. I have no way of contacting them today to find out if she did. All this to say, consent was being reasonably understood by both sides of this situation.
Because Pixie did not clarify to Destiny that these parties consented to the videos being shared to him, Destiny states it is reasonable that consent was implied and that he could share videos of her to other people without her knowledge because he had only assumed she had done the same. This is possibly what Destiny is going to use as a defense.
Ooh.
As of the recording
That might
of
not
this
stick,
video,
though.
Destiny's channel is at the lowest point in viewership in the time frame of the last 3 years. This is also the only time in this time frame that he overall lost subscribers. For years, many different parties have attempted to demonstrate that Destiny is a sexual deviant, and what it took
That
was
nigga
this
straight
lawsuit.
gooning.
Yes, it is still ongoing, but the longer it presses on, the longer Destiny has to live with the dissonance between being a public figure that accepts all wrongdoing and remains consistent in acknowledging poor actions, and the lawsuit in where he is encouraged to twist the
He's got a
events
fursuit
any
in the closet,
percentage
I'm
of his
calling it
honest
now.
way. At the time being, he is failing on both of these fronts. And the truth of the matter is that he, even if the lawsuit goes entirely not in his favor, has the power to remain online. The one thing he can be stripped of is his potential. From the women avoiding him due to the information coming out, to larger networks choosing not to have him on as a serious political commentator. In this way, Destiny can become a non-starter and would have to live in the shadow of his dreams. In the 15 years Destiny has been streaming, 15 years of endless controversy, all it took was one leak to undo it all.
What? Dipping your toes in that shit. I'm about there slinging meat like it's a goddamn discount sale, bro. Like, I didn't know your boy was like that. But anyway, give me 1 second. Right back. Right back. All right, your boy is back. We're going to wrap up this route right here real quick. I hate that I'm not going to be able to play Doom. I hate that I can't play Doom. I'm not going to have time. Because I literally have to get up at 6 in the morning to go to work. And it's like, that shit's not coming out until 8. And I know me. I don't have good time management. I'll be like, oh, I'm just gonna play for like 20 minutes. I'm gonna play like the first 40 minutes, and it's gonna be like 2:30 in the morning, and I'm still gonna be playing Doom. Also,
washes his viewers
oh
into
my God,
make a contribution tonight. Here we go. You ready? Okay, I'm indoctrinated. Sounds good. And
wait,
it's the power of
am I?
cultish groupthink
Oh
mentality.
my God, driving here is so freaking weird.
Hypnosis works.
Man, please move. This is literally like driving in North Carolina. Bruh, that's not how you play Doom. Doom, you have to move. You have to move. You have to zip around. You gotta be a lot quicker than that, homeboy. Yo, him getting cooked in that tweet was the worst thing that could have happened. Well, his response is the worst thing that could have happened.
Oh yeah, no, I saw the stupid tweet about me playing Doom. That's completely out of context, and the idiots.
That's not out of
and I
context.
already just destroyed them on Twitter and called them all the retard that they are. Someone took the.
Also, it's cool using the retard word.
Where I went into a room, and the room is actually set up to be a booby trap. The room is full of explosive barrels. So if you charge in head first and you try to fight like you're supposed to normally, normally you're blowing everything apart, punching.
Dog, you gotta use the barrels to your advantage. The barrels are tactical advantage.
The barrels blow up, and you die.
I don't even play. I haven't even played the game yet, and I know
full
that.
health and armor down to like 5 health. So then I had
You
to
also
run
played on the
out
hardest
into a corner,
difficulty.
hiding behind cover, peeking out and sniping the enemies. So I didn't hit any of the barrels. It's a literal
Why?
booby
But
trap.
that's how you use
Someone
it. It's a
clicks
booby
that
trap for the
and makes it on
enemies.
internet and acts like I'm bad at Doom. Oh, look how DSP plays Doom.
Who cares
And
if you're
then
bad
some
at
other
Doom?
Creator, a dunce who doesn't know the context because this is what dunces do on
It's a
social media.
game.
Reposts it and goes, "Oh, if you just play Doom like this, uninstall the game." It gets 2.2 million views. Fuck you. You dumb fucking retard.
You're supposed to be happy. You gotta be happy. 2 million views is way more than what you get.
I'm playing on mouse and keyboard, which allows me to react even better. I'm parrying. I'm actually enjoying the game.
Where the hell am I going?
Just because you took a clip out of context, you fucking stupid idiots. Go fuck yourselves. Okay.
That man.
So anyway.
Bro, you're supposed to be able to ride that out.
Now I don't need to talk about it anymore because it's a waste of everyone's time. Completely.
No, it's not.
False
That fucking
bullshit.
clip is at 5.5 million views. If he was worth his weight in salt, he could take that clip, flip the narrative, and use it to his advantage. That's how you bring people in. I would just put my tag up. Listen. But at the same time, you have to be able to carry that game. Like, you gotta be funny, you gotta be, not funny, but you gotta be entertaining, you gotta be something. Like, even if you're not good at the game, be entertaining. If you're entertaining enough, the game's gonna be fun. I say as one of the most boring people here right now. No, I take that back. I'm more entertaining than Dark Side Phil. The hair on my chinny chin is more entertaining. Where the fuck am I going?
Overpowered with salt flavor. All right, well, thank you very much to Based Alpha Real for our first contribution of the night with the gifted sub. Let's get some momentum going.
Yeah, okay,
Let's
yeah.
get
I
some
thought I had to make a
support for
U-turn.
Minecraft.
I said,
Let's
what
get
the
our first
fuck?
super chat of the night, our first tip, our first membership tonight, because Jared was just a re-upping. It wasn't a fresh one. Let's get some genuine support here for Minecraft.
What do you mean genuine support?
As we roll in and let's hit that goal tonight.
Even a re-up is genuine support.
All right. The hardcore begging season.
How big of a dipshit do you have to be, bro?
Man, what are you talking about? What is paywall?
Oh, you know what paywalling is,
Leaving an
Phil.
incredibly stupid comment on your super chat, okay, when it doesn't even have any context to what we're doing right now. Like, what are you talking about? In truth, any content creator can paywall whatever they want. It's their choice. If it's their business, they can run it in any way, shape, or form.
God, this is not how to run a business of any
Some for
type.
subs only, some for members, some for those who've contributed. Can't do this till we raise a certain amount. That's completely their prerogative. You can criticize them if you like, but they have the right to do that. What makes you think that you can tell people how to run their business? Right? Why
Bro.
don't you do it? Why don't you start your own business and do better than them, and then you can say, "Oh, look, I do it better." Instead, you're sitting here on my stream giving me $2 to say a dumb comment, and now I have your $2.
You know what? I hate that he's right about that. People have got to stop leaving him donations and tip money.
Okay, so here we go, everybody. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Minecraft. Did you know? Uh-oh. It froze, I think.
Damn,
hit
I
record,
can't
and
laugh
the
because my shit froze. That's got too much going on.
That's not good. Yeah.
Anywho,
So,
it's
FYI,
about
I
that
have
time for me. I do have to take off. I hate to have to cut the stream short, but your boy does has to wrap this up. But this weekend, Doom, the Dark Ages. I'm playing the hell out of that. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Peace the fuck out. Good night.